where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? How are we? Are we all alright out there? Mandy, how's things? You okay? Botrix is very eager today, isn't he? He, she, it, whatever it is. Steve-o, I am warmer today than I was yesterday. I can tell you that for free. Although it's colder today, isn't it? Man. Saying that a house that's relatively chilly is still warmer than a car that's fucking freezing. Yes, hello to Steve, Helen, the Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field, and Ruby Roo. Ruby's a dog. Oh my God, you should see her. She's a lovely dog. Cold over there as well today. Yeah, it just seems to have dropped significantly. I think it was 11 or 12 degrees yesterday. And then it dropped down to 6 or something today, which is noticeable. Why am I not wearing a hat? I was wearing a camouflage one, but it fell on the floor and I can't see it anywhere now. It's my natural hair, that's all that is. But for that you are getting a...
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. And it's warming up. The heating's on now, which it hasn't been all day. Plus I've just had a shower and had to put a hoodie on afterwards because it was feeling chilly, and now obviously it's starting to feel warm. Which it always does when I'm sat at this desk. And yes, the radiator, the infamous radiator from last year at the back of these screens is not on, and the room is still lovely and warm, which bodes well for later on. Didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't that bad, but you very seldom get a very poor, so you're getting a very poor. Whenever the opportunity arises, very poor indeed, very poor. Got to. Any opportunity to show Vic Reeves has to be done. Has to be taken. Oh, holy feckin' Jesus. That is hot. Big shout out to the RAC and Paul. Northern bloke. Northern Paul. He's a very, very nice fella. Who sorted me out, dragged my whip all the way back to ours, the 2 miles plus, which was nice. I only renewed my RAC membership last week as well, which is exceptionally lucky. Little Lloyd, you had £5 for 6-0 today, crossbar, and the opportunities were there as well, weren't they? I didn't watch all of it, to be honest. The verdict is the was it an alternator belt snapped and is wrapped around the water pump. The idler pulleys. Sorry, hang on. Brum in corner. The idler pulleys are making a noise, which means they're probably on the way out. They will need to be replaced. I text the mechanic that I use, which is Ian in Tri-Point Autos, a Mercedes specialist in Southport. If you've got a Mercedes in the Northwest, use him. He is amazing. It was due to go in on Thursday, but he got back to me and said, can you get it to me by Monday? I'll see what I can do. He said, we've got a transport company or a transport fellow that we use, I'll send you his number. His number happened to be the mechanic that we've always used until he stopped mechanicking recently to do vehicle transport. I've known him for 3 decades. I went, oh, cheers for that. I've known him for years. I'll give him a shout now. He is going to give me a call or a text tomorrow if he can fit me in. He will move things around if he can. Hopefully the car will then get taken to Tri-Point and Ian will sort it out for me, plus the work that was supposed to be getting done on Thursday. So hopefully it won't cost a fortune and it will be done to a standard of which I'll be happy with. And also, the fellow who's coming to pick the car up, he's a good mate of the family's anyway. He's done all my dad's cars for him ever since he's been a driving instructor. He used to drink in our pub when we first moved there in the early 90s. He's been drinking in there pretty much sort of from then onwards. So, a good lad. He'll look after me. And it's just right. We are in between. Oh, sorry, no, the other way around. He is in between my house and the garage where it needs to go. So, it's a fairly handy job, I would have thought. All Greek to you, yeah. Two pulleys at least will need to be replaced. A tensioner, belts, and the backing plates. So it might be there for a few days, which doesn't bother me in the slightest. But Jess, oh shite, I have to tell Jess. I knew there was something. Damn this stroke brain, I'll have to text Jess and tell her I can't take her. Bullshit, man, bullshit. Sod's law indeed, it is. But it only happened 2 miles away from my house, so it wasn't like I was 3/4 of the way to Gretna Green or, you know, Stonehenge or something, you know what I mean? It was literally just down the road, so it wasn't a problem. A stocking would not have fixed it. It may have fixed a few things, but not that particular issue. Now, 'cause the belt, I've got a picture of it somewhere as well. The belt was wrapped around the water pump, which would have meant the engine would have got hotter and hotter and possibly could have ruined it completely. So best thing was to do what I did, pull over in somewhere safe with a lot of space around me and turn the engine off, and I did very much that. Sounds like about 500 or 600 quid. It does to me as well. But I don't mind. Over the last 18 months, I've had all 4 corners done with the suspension, which is fine. The engine has had a couple of bits and pieces done to it, including the turbo, which had an actuator problem, which is now fantastic. So hopefully by the time this is done, it will be as good as it possibly can be at the moment, apart from maybe... Well, not even the tyres are all sound as well, so... Should be right. I'm going to text her now, yeah. Yeah. I should have waited till midnight though, shouldn't I? And just said to her, right, now you know how it feels, you knobhead. But no. I'll text my wonderful daughter. She might not read it until midnight, so it'll have the same effect anyway, but I'll be able to sleep soundly, knowing that I've done the right thing. Mandy is strangely obsessed with giving me her stockings. She is. Get them in the post. I'll leave them in the car just in case. Yeah, but it's, as I say, the car, to be honest with you, is it's not been bad. I know it's a Mercedes, so it's expensive no matter what the job is, but I'm quite happy with it. Louise. Evening, cough, cough, cough. Choking on exhaust fumes there. Cough, cough, cough. Indeed. How are you doing? Is it snowy where you are? High up on the mountains? In Himalayas? You don't think you've got any stockings or tights? Would a sock do? I don't think your socks would be of any use. Mine might be. Footy socks. A footy sock you might get away with it. Louise, Steve is now singing the Eskimo Bee Gees to you. How deep is your snow? We are due to get some snow here as well at some point this week, so I've been told. You don't know if you're pleased or disappointed. Is this from a it looks lovely perspective, but pleased because it's a pain in the arse to drive through and get through and what have you? Or does Barlick look gorgeous in the snow? Is that the only thing that's missing? It should snow more at Christmas when everyone's got the lights up, because the snow gives that amazing depth to the colour and to the light. It's incredible. Should be more snow at Christmas. Although I still want to punch Mid-Yor in the face. There won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. Mount Kilimanjaro was permanently snow-topped. You pointy, sideburn fucking freak. Been raining there on and off all day. You live in Wales. Par for the course. Tuesday for snow up north. Up north. There will be some somewhere. Guaranteed. Oh, there's nothing showing on here now. Tuesday is showing as cold but sunny. Monday. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, Monday night. Slushy, snowy rain. So that might be still there on Tuesday, so it might well be that. And then there's rain pretty much for the rest of eternity. Because it's like that. And that's the way it is. Ali, oh. How you doing? You alright? Ali's pissing there. Oh no, sorry, you mean it's raining there. No worries. Yes, and congratulations on the win tonight. That'll be the England win, won't it? I barely watched it. I had a bit of it on, but Rise and Damp was on, and there's no contest really, is there? Liam Brady, Daniel O'Donnell, Mrs. Brown, your boys took one hell of a beating. Very famous commentary that. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. Ali's brought up football, so the football pause are going up as well now. And also, thank you to Louise as well for sending me some more pictures for the hats, which will go on Wednesday. If anyone else has got more hat pictures, send them through to me. I will also accept scarves. Scarves, snoods, what else? What are the fascinators? I was going to call them exfoliators, fascinators, things like that. All that kind of stuff. Headwear. Yes, it looks like the Dookie has indeed stuck yet again, because it's supposed to be the Clash London Calling, which this obviously isn't. It's not a long song about a dog or coffee. No, it shouldn't be doing that. This is bullshit, man. Bullshit. You should have got 2 penalties for jersey pulling. There should be more penalties for jersey pulling, so it would stop, because at the moment it's pointless getting corners. It literally is stupid. Doesn't happen. You're better off just knocking it back to your own goalkeeper and building up from midfield or something. First half played well. Ireland. Second half, what happened? I would suggest getting a man sent off against a team that's better than you, in theory, is not good. You can afford to lose a player against a team that's a little bit worse than you, and you just about get away with it. But England have got some very good players, especially if they're up against 10. That makes it hard work. Proper hard work. Donald, how you doing, bud? The old one broke less. It did, and it's annoying me. It's pissing me off. Pixel Chat TV, we'll open that up and see what happens. This used to work nicely. It was working the other day. Overlay, overlay. Why is it not picking it up now, man? It is now. This is the actual Pixel Chat, which is where this is supposed to come from, is working properly. Why is this not pissing working? Hang on. I'll try and change it. How's that for you? Let's see if this works. It might not do, it might do. You never know. Stranger things have happened. We are pushing buttons live. You know how this goes, don't you? Nope, same shite, different day. Bullshit. Bullshit. Ah, well, back to the drawing board. I'll fix it. Was Ali Alio first one with the hands in the air to wave like you just don't care? Yep. Piggly Ding is ready and willing to go. You got nothing. You got nothing. To be honest with you, the bits that I saw, the referee was just shite in general. Giving fouls for nothing and not for things that should have been given, so he seemed an absolute bell sweat. Yeah, tell the lads not to kick the ball away. They're getting really hot on that this year, aren't they? Because it wastes so much time. Harry Kane got brought down for the penalty, which was fair enough. Again, I didn't watch. I was here, there and everywhere. In fact, I was in here while the game was on, putting stuff onto this, which obviously doesn't fucking work. Useless bastards. Yeah, England are a stronger team, but there are some very, very good players coming through in Ireland. I am impressed with some of the players that you've got. I think this new manager is going to take a little bit of a while to really wring the best out of them. And having a player sent off early in the second half, it's not really the best sort of, I don't know, example of what he is as a manager or what you are as a team. That can happen to anyone, though. Literally anyone. She's going behind the bar. Shout your orders. Sput them if you want as well. That's like shouting only after about 12 pints. Pint of Fuller's Pride for our Steve-O. Where's my other stuff? Louise wants a beer. Do you want to flirt with that, love? And that's an actual picture of Louise, that, by the way. Jude the Obscure was the penalty. Someone was brought down. That works. Unlike this heap of shit in the corner. A bucket of hot chocolate with a slug of tea and marshmallows. Grated chocolate on a chocolate spoon. No cream. You're watching your weight, are you? Yeah, no cream. Just the tea, the marshmallows, the hot chocolate, the grated chocolate and a chocolate spoon. Beyond that. Louise, it is. That's an actual picture. A live picture of our Louise, who spends every Sunday like that in the house, just waiting for her chance to shine. Don't know why I did that when I said shine. That was stupid, wasn't it? Wasn't even on camera. Shine. I can't quite do a bucket of hot chocolate, but if you ignore the little bits above and then pretend that the straws are actually chocolate spoons, that's as near as we can do it. Know what I mean? Also, I don't know if this is going to work or not because I haven't checked this one out, have I? Because I'm an idiot. A word from today's sponsor. We have a sponsor for this one. Bear moss. Because you're probably worth it. Probably. And in the real world, thermos, because I'm definitely worth it. Don't forget the may scare animals and small children warning for Wednesday. Oh, behave. Our Louise is a stanner. Don't be at it. Yes, Wednesday, you may well see our Louise offering a flake with that love. It's a proper stoner drink, that one, isn't it? That's when you've got the munchies at 3 o'clock in the morning. There's a picture of you in a bootleg Ted hat. Watch this space. Does it come in purple? Everything comes in purple apart from the things that are not green, which are still purple. The thermos, I mean, fucking red. But that was the only one they had at the time and I needed it badly. They do them in royal blue though. Genuinely do them in royal blue and I can't find them anywhere. Esther, how you doing? You okay? Bear Moss Braley was in Emmerdale pulling pints. Yes, Mr. Wilkes. Bear Moss Braley. That's a proper old school, that one, Steve. Proper old school. As my granddad used to say, the only fresh air he used to get was watching Emmerdale Farm. Back when it was Emmerdale Farm. Flake, stick one of them in, or a Ripple. What's the other one? Twirl. A twirl is just a rebranded Ripple. You can't beat a Ripple. Much better. So tight your tit for, Steve. So tight your tit for. Yeah, one for the teenagers. This is why they keep coming back to the stream. Hello to the 6,000 people watching on Twitch, by the way. You're doing well. Having it large. Tis annoying me, this though. Considering what great music is on at the moment. Orange Juice, Rip It Up is on at the moment. And you can't even see it. I know you can't hear it because obviously copyright strikes. I've just won a copyright strike as well, by the way. I've used Licked, L-I-C-K-D, which is a company where you can license proper music, and I'd used New Order, Blue Monday, and then got a copyright strike for it, despite the fact that I've paid for the bloody song. Not much, it was only £6 or something, but you know, I wanted a decent tune. I wanted to test something out. So the copyright struck me. I disputed it, they never come back, and now I've won my copyright strike against them. So, feck 'em. I was watching a really good video, funnily enough. Some creator, he's a musician as well as a YouTube creator, and he was going on about AI music. Eventually, he ended up copyright striking himself because he used AI to create music that sounds like himself, put it on Spotify, and then copyright struck himself and was found successful, which is just fucking mad. So the future of AI music could be a little bit warped. Watch this space. Kirsty, how are the cats? How are the cats? Cute little kitties. Very, very cute. If you've not seen them, you should have done. They are really, really cute. Even Joust, the man, the myth, the legend, the cable eater, the cable guy. Good, other than being kept awake nearly all night due to the kittens. But they're only young, aren't they? They'll get through that, you'll be alright. Soon you've started copyrighting stuff. They can't. They literally can't. Because they're not creating anything. The algorithm is, but it's taken from other people to create. And if you write the lyrics, which I do for quite a lot of my AI stuff, I've got more of a right to the copyright than they have. Because I've literally sat down with a pen and paper and wrote the words. They've just pressed a little button on the algorithm and said, off you go. Cheeky bastards. Well, it's our system that you're using. Yes, I know. But it's other people's music that you're scraping from. And my prompt that you are using. And also my lyrics. So, get the absolute feck. Cheeky bastards. But it's going to be interesting anyway, the future. What happens? Who owns the copyright? You shouldn't be allowed to get to, they were saying, the record companies were saying, you shouldn't be allowed to use our music to influence your music. Really. So if I bought the Beatles, if I bought the best of the Beatles and then decided to play music that sounded a bit like them because I'm hugely influenced by them, is that breaking the law? No? Bollocks. If I listen to the radio and get influences from there, should that be against the law? Should it be against copyright for anybody to play any music anywhere? Is that what they're getting at now? It's ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, what I mean is it's absolutely ridiculous. Joust is asleep at the moment. Ask Oasis. Yeah. Is it my imagination? Or does that sound like someone else's song? Again, I am Schrodinger's Oasis fan in as much as I like them and also can appreciate that they are the most overrated band in history at the same time. When you steal stuff wholesale and then claim to be the greatest songwriter in history, you haven't got a little leg to stand on. And yet Noel was really good when me and Jess went to see him. Just say, yeah, I write some decent tunes. I also am influenced, copy-paste by a lot of other bands. But it's not even the Beatles. They've stolen stuff from T-Rex, Slade, Neil Innes. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, bruv? Yeah, they come and haunt you later when you want to sleep. That's the whole point. When you want to sleep, it's their time, not yours. Stay awake until I tell you to sleep, human. That's cats for you. Oh, me back. That's 4 hours of being sat in the car. I mentioned earlier on, I was talking to someone, how lucky I was that I broke down yesterday when it was about 11 or 12 degrees. If it had been today, when it was 6 and being stuck in that car for 4 hours, I'd have been in serious trouble. Apart from, Dad, send more tea, but you know what I mean. Steve, you're pleased the so-called big fight was a flop. Cilla Black, surprise, surprise. It wasn't a fight, was it? From what everyone on social media was talking about, it was a circus. Just a way of two people generating a huge amount of money for each other. It would have been nice though, just to see Jake Paul get absolutely folded. And then think twice about calling out actual boxers. Although, was it Artur Beterbiev has called him out and said, if you want it, come and get it. One of the absolute pound for pound greatest in the world. And Jake Paul's going to go in there and think, yeah, go on, we can do this. At which point he's going to be picking his jaw up in a bucket. Fucking idiot. Well, I've been in with Tyson. Yeah, Tyson's literally old enough to be your dad. Jake. Tit. Yeah, they said before the fight not to hurt each other too much, which involved no punching and lots of hugging. Tyson should have just forgot what he was doing and leathered him everywhere. Even at the age of 58, I wouldn't mess with that man. Look at him. Mind you, I'm 51 and I've had a stroke, so who the fuck am I talking about? Who would I be fighting nowadays? The postman. Because he looks about 60 and he's had a stroke as well. Evening, Casper. But it's getting stupid. I mean, fair enough. If these YouTubers want to get into boxing, do it. But do it properly. Don't be fighting 58-year-olds. Don't be fighting retired MMA fighters. Don't be fighting other YouTubers. Get in there with proper boxers. The only one that has got anything about him is Vidal Riley, and even then, that's because he was a boxer before he became a YouTuber. He took a couple of years away from boxing to build up his personal brand, which meant that by the time he was going to retire, he had something to fall back on and a huge amount of income coming in. But he was a highly rated amateur, and he looks like a proper boxer. Takes it serious. But otherwise, it needs to stop. Or get in with a proper boxer, get levelled, go home. Get back to live streaming like all the other losers. Oh, hang on. No, wait. Let's take that one back. I'm winning my fight, I am. Getting there slowly. Slowly but surely. But looking at our postman, he wanders around for mile after mile after mile each day, but he seems to be limping a little bit, but not like the limp of someone who's got a bad calf or a sore knee. It looks to be something a bit more than that. I'm wondering if he's also recovering, and if he is, fair play to him. Getting round as much as he does. Amazeballs, as the kids say. Do the kids still say that? I haven't got a fucking clue. Looks weird as well, this. Just opened the curtains to open the window a little bit, and my car's on the road rather than the driveway, so my dad's car's on the driveway now, and it doesn't look right. I've got back at Mini Cooper rather than the front of a Benz, man. Oh, my poor car. Out there on the road like a pure commoner. I have got the red thermos. I can't find the royal blue one for sale anywhere. Every time I've looked, it's out of stock. So I'm going to say that's an FC20 red thermos. It's a different shade of red. It's quite nice. It snowed there today in Denmark, just above freezing, so it's gone again, but it's pretty nippy out. We noticed it today where we are. Yesterday was about 11 or 12 degrees. Today's been 5 or 6, and the difference is remarkable. That difference is six-ish degrees. It doesn't sound much, but it really is. And I was glad I was wearing a hoodie and my coat yesterday. I will also have to... I've got another bag, a grab bag, a hold all, that's going to go in the car with a blanket, another coat. I've got fairy boot slippers, I might put them in there as well. Insulated ones. Water, Yeah, bleach, duct tape, shovel, everything you need, you know. A DNA removal kit. Surprisingly warm, 13 degrees on the edge of the Atlantic over in Ireland. Very, very lucky, Donald. We had that yesterday, but today it's been bloody horrible. Same difference with you over there. It's noticeable. Very, very noticeable. Snackage. The bear, the myth, the legend, Horace in the background. He's loving it, loving it, loving it. He's loving it like that. I still haven't printed off the Italy flag. We need an Italy flag, seen as though Kirsty joined us from Italy. I've got it on my phone as well. I need to print it off and then laminate it. Remind me. Or alternatively, just write it down, dickhead. Print Italy flag. There you go. And a USB kettle. I will have a look. See how useful a USB kettle could be. A Venetian flag. Has got its own flag. Venice. Suppose it has, hasn't it? A bucket of Murphy's Red. We're doing well, aren't we? We're all drinking buckets for some reason tonight. Everyone seems very thirsty. And I didn't get a beer again today, did I? I should have done. My Asahi is still in the fridge. I will get one on Wednesday. There you go. I'll have an Asahi for Hat Wednesday. Quite windy as well. They say you've got to get 25 centimetres of snow on Tuesday or Wednesday. That would tally in with what Steve was saying about snow in the north of England on Tuesday. Monday night, Tuesday morning. Then making its way to Denmark, so... Ali's grand. You thought your eyes were going, YouTube dropped me down to 240p. What? 1080 or nothing, man. What are they playing at? What are they playing at? Yeah, you sent a link for the kettle. It wasn't blue, unfortunately. Dabba-dee, dabba-die. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Did I save it? It's a bear one as well, isn't it? Genuinely. The brand of kettle is Bear. Have you seen that? Bear kettle. I think after saying that, you've got to say fam, haven't you? Bear kettle fam. 0.3 litres. Should be enough. 5% voucher as well. Is it USB though? Separate power cord for easy carrying and storage. Power cord protection. It prevents water ingress when the product is not in use. I will have to look into that. It is a kettle plus a thermos kettle plus a portable water bottle all in one. A gallon of tea. A bucket of tea, there you go. A full-on bucket of tea. Bit of tea. Very respectable. bloody YouTube. I was sat around earlier looking for something to watch and there was nothing on at all. Feck all. And then 5 minutes before I had to come in here, about 8 or 9 videos dropped from people I like watching, so I was devastated, absolutely devastated. A bucket of tea keeps the doctor at bay. It will do. As you know, with us Brits and Irish, a cup of tea will fix anything. What did Tommy Tiernan say about it? The Americans drinking coffee, it's aggressive, everyone needs to get hyper. A cup of tea is an invitation to conversation or something. It's warmth, isn't it? It's come on, come in and have a cup of tea, we'll have a talk about it. I like that. Oh, Tommy Tiernan. Belter of a tune it is. Although I didn't like a lot of the songs that were around at that point. The Stock Aitken and Waterman. I didn't mind Kim Appleby, Don't Worry, I thought it was a boss tune as well. Mike Stock blocked me on Twitter and had a bit of a spat. I forget what I called him, but it wasn't particularly nice. It might have been something along the lines of a copy and paste wanker, I think it might have been. I think you'll find we had so many hits. I know that's what happens when you copy and paste the same shit, mate. Still not my best Twitter spat, though. That was with Michael Winner. When I called him a fat Englishman. A fat name-dropping Englishman, that was it. I think you'll find I've actually lost lots of weight. Is that what you're taking from that, are you? You're still a prick, mate. In the end, we came to an agreement and he blocked me afterwards. But he was fairly nice about it, to be honest. Still a tit, though. Well, he was. He's not longer with us, is he? No longer with us. Needless to say, I had the last laugh. It's Alan Partridge, that, by the way. You're all ready for bed? Oh. After a long weekend of rushing round. Do I know John Kenny from Dunbelievables? I don't. Although that's an exceptionally Scouse sounding name, to be honest with you. Probably because Billy Kenny used to play for Everton. And also there's a place in Liverpool called Kensington, which we call Kenny. Which also a song by Shaq, a Liverpool band, Streets of Kenny. And some American lad who does lyrics, song lyrics and the meanings behind them. I was reading through it and he said it's a song about Mick Head's wandering through the green valleys of Kilkenny. And I said to him, mate, it isn't. It's about Michael Head from Shaq going around the Kensington area of Liverpool trying to buy bags of things he shouldn't be buying, which then go into needles that go into bits of them that he shouldn't be pushing them into. I think I ruined this glorious wandering round Ireland for him. It wasn't Ireland, mate. He wasn't wandering around like fucking Mary Poppins with blue jays on his finger. Nah, mate. He was trying to buy Bobby Brown. 66. Oh, man. It's a shame, like. Apparently at that age, you're supposed to be just about enjoying your retirement, aren't you? Not that any of us will be able to retire by the look of it. Kenny from South Park, or is it Southport? I did do that. I did a South Park, Southport thing in the pub that we had. A sign. I used to do all the signs, not paint the signs. I used to print stuff off and stick them on the walls. Did a little newspaper as well called The Ferret's Apprentice. Which, looking at it now, probably I shouldn't have done because it was disgusting. It's filthy. Jackie Lewis, what about you? He was part of a comedy duo. The other chap was Pat Short. I know Pat Short. From Father Ted, of course. Tom from Father Ted. You get naughty child called by your mother vibes there, are you? Jacqueline. Jacqueline McGinty-Lewis, will you get your arse in here now? What have I done now? Yes, the full name, it always indicates trouble, doesn't it? Whether it's from your parents or from the law, from a judge or something. Wasn't you. It's always you. Always you. Don't be saying it wasn't you. We know it was you. It wasn't Shaggy, it was you though. End of story. Kirsty's around and about somewhere. Probably under a blanket of kittens at the moment. Trying to wrestle a charging cable out of Joust's mouth. To bleed now. That was my nephew. Must be going to the shop. Piggly ding, next. Who's next? Who's putting their pink hand in the air and waving it like they want to work here? I'm lost without my car. By the time I got home last night, I was thinking I need to go to Tesco, and it's about, I don't know, half a mile, 3/4 of a mile down the road. Can I get there? Can I wander around? Donald's hands up. He is going behind the bar. Piggly ding has been pressed. Yeah, I thought, could I get there? Could I walk around? Could I walk back? Not a chance. So my dad took me, thankfully. I was in. It was SAS style. I got in, got the job done and got out. Left no bodies. Should have seen me. Limping. I was still quicker than most people in there. It was like grease lightning. It was amazing. Esther is in the house. She is. She's around and about as well. The car is still sick, it is. The belt that should be on it is now in the passenger footwell. Hopefully, my mate will ring me tomorrow and say he can come and pick it up and drop it off at the garage, and at which point it is in the hands of Ian from Tri-Point Autos, an absolutely incredible dude who I am forever thankful for. And as long as I have a car with a Tri-Point star, it will always go to him, nowhere else. You live in a cave, a very big cave in the country. Steve, when you first started watching YouTube, you were Stephen, but as you joined in with the live chats, yeah, when you get called it, only Helen, your mum, call you Steve when you've been a very naughty boy. I know the feeling. When you get your full name, including all your middle names as well, that's when you know you've done bad shizzle, man. What do you call this? Tea, bucket of tea, and Jaffa cakes. You'd have the pack if you want. Or do you a bucket of tea as well? Your bucket of tea with your Jaffa cakes. There you go. Ali found as well the other day, was it Lidl or Aldi, a massive tube of Jaffa cakes, proper full on, about 12 foot tall tube of Jaffa cakes for Christmas. You may well find at some point in the background, if I can find one in the background, I will put it in the background. Angie, how you doing? You okay? Barnsey, finishing watching a film, but you've got eyes on. Watch what we say. We're always nice about you, aren't we? Is Mad Mandy getting a box sorted? I have to ask her that question. By sorted, are we talking vajazzle here? As your English sister-in-law says, you dirty Irish boy. I can hear that in a very, very posh English voice as well. Dirty, dirty English boy. Irish boy, even. Lidl. There is a Lidl in Southport. I could go there. Well, I will when my whip comes back anyway. Know what I mean? Jackie, you've seen them in there as well? Oh, the fuse box. All right, I completely misread that one. Yes. Mandy, how's your box? Hanging on in there, Angie. That's the best we can hope for most of the time, isn't it? Know what I mean? She's from Shropshire. That's still posh compared to where I'm from, to be honest with you. Why can't you see Angie in the chat? Because you're a racist. That's why. Terrible behaviour. I don't know. Have you dipped it down from top chat to live chat to top chat to live chat? And those metre-long Jaffa cakes just 3 packs in a tube. Don't spoil it, Mandy. You Grinch. Don't be spoiling it. I thought you were like a proper full-on, just a brand new, not 3 packs, just one entire long pack. Spoiling the Christmas for me now. Terrible behaviour. Who's for down in a book or something? Get on it. Get on it. All massages. All massages. Although all messages on here are top messages, so I don't get it. Bang out of order. Bang out of order. Bartender's choice for Louise. Bartender's choice. Very dangerous, but it could end up with something really nice here, couldn't you? Could be something spectacular. Are those 3 Jaffa cakes in your pockets, or are you just happy to see me? Both. Always. I haven't got any Jaffa cakes. How bad's that? I should have. Your box is fitted. Oh, yeah, box is fitted. Sockets and switches tested. Jobs are good. And the main thing with that as well now, though, is you can sleep safely at night, not worrying about whether or not stupid o'clock in the morning there's going to be fit firemen still outside with the hoses in their hands. Bucket of grog. Proper old school grog. Yeah, I always find stuff like that, especially if it's a job you can't do yourself. Electric, do not mess around with electric. Get someone who knows what they're doing. Once it's done and sorted. Same as doing brakes on a car, if you know what I mean. I can change a couple of bits and pieces on it, but I would never like to do my own brakes, because one mistake and I'll be through the wall at IKEA or something stupid. Not having that.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. Who drank from the spittoon? That sounds like a question for the ages, doesn't it? You bought the Black Magic the other day. I told you should have done that in the first place, Ali. Should have done it in the first place. Got to. Never pass up the chance, the opportunity to buy top quality sweetage chocolates. I haven't had a proper box of chocolates in years. They've been overtaken, haven't they, by Celebrations and Cadbury's Moments and all that stuff. Proper chocolate, Terry's All Gold, Milk Tray, Black Magic. There should be more of them. We need more of them in our lives. Great news, yes. Do you have to sit down or lie down for the bill? The difference between those depends on your point of view, I suppose, doesn't it? Yes, I think I'd need to lie down with a case of the Vapors after that one, I think. Finish the film later. There's an hour to go and it's been going for 3. What are you watching? Barnsley, what are you watching, man? What films are you watching that last 4 hours? 6 chocolates left. Good on you. Kev, how you doing, bud? Get in, hit the like, get out, SAS style. Love it. Insert meme. Plenty of memes to be inserted. Thornton's are good as well, yeah. But old school, I demand more old school chocolates. All gold. Teddy's all gold. I'm going to have to do that this year, aren't I? Teddy's all gold and see if I can get an alcohol-free baby sham. I'll have a baby sham. God, when it's all over, Angie, yeah. Absolutely. I'm like that with most days, to be honest with you. Although it's not too bad nowadays. It used to be the case that Sunday used to be Monday Eve. Not anymore, it's alright. What's the film? Are people coming from Gdansk to see the film? Angie hugs your way, definitely, yes, definitely. Jackie opened a box of dairy milk with your mum the other day. Only one layer with very small sized chocolates. What thieving bastards. Thieving bastards. Sounds like he's watching The Irishman. Well, Donald is behind the bar, to be honest with you. And with that...
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there. Level 9, good on you. Double figures soon. Shrinkflation sucks. It does. Shouldn't be allowed. You've got to fight for your right to chocolate. Angie, oh, thank you, Angie. I don't try and be an inspiration. Just breathing is the best I can hope for most times. I haven't seen The Irishman. I keep thinking to myself, I've not got time to watch that, and then I will sit and literally watch absolute shite for about 9 hours. So, I should just make time for it, shouldn't I? Doesn't suck, it blows. Well, you would know, wouldn't you? Jackie Lewis. Grab what you can while you can. Again, that sounds like Jackie's forte, that one. You haven't seen it either, Ali Alio? It sounds like it should be one of those films that we all should have watched at some point. Like I was saying last week, wasn't I? My dad hasn't watched The Godfather. And he said to me, what's it like? It's like one of the greatest films ever made. And without doubt, the greatest mafia film ever made. Oh, I should give it a watch, shouldn't I? Yes. Considering you like that genre of film. And it's much better than any of the ones you've watched. Is that a DC thing with Aquaman, Wonder Woman and Batman? Don't know what it's called. What's The Irishman? No. Inspiration. I made your dinner go slightly cold last night. I was in a car on my own, which is the best way to be, really, isn't it? In the cold. Your dinner was slightly cold. I was fucking freezing in that car yesterday. And Paul wasn't tall either, which I know I am, so he could have been tall to other people, but he wasn't overly tall. He turned up. My shite in nining armour. He was from Blackburn with Paul, and he normally does Chorley, Preston, Blackpool. So we got a warning yesterday about Strictly. Strictly was in Blackpool, so the RAC said to the people that work there, be warned, you might be getting more call-outs than usual. And he was talking to me on the way back to ours. She said, no, there's something going on in the ballroom anyway. Whether it's Strictly, whether it's a dance competition, whether it's comedian, music bands. So it's always the same, unless it's the lights. When the lights are on, it's absolutely Baltic. It's absolutely chocker there, isn't it? Anything or Everything, not seen that one. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Not seen The Irishman. Jackie. Donald's never seen it either. None of the Irish have seen The Irishman. Is this on purpose? It's like we're not doing that. It's not realistic. Esther, you watched it the moment it was available. Such a jam-packed film of legends. That sounds like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy for me, that as well. We talked about this the other week, didn't we? The 2011 film is just the creme de la creme of British actors. Worth watching. We've seen the new Tom Hanks movie. Covers about 60 years of a couple's life, and his wife is being played by Jenny from Forrest Gump. Oh no, not seeing that. The one with Robert De Niro. Yep, Ali. It's over 3 hours. Far too long. Tried to watch it, but couldn't. Shite. There you go. Barry Norman on film 24. How does Bob Marley like his donuts? We'll never know. He's no longer with us. We can't ask. A bit of an anti-joke, that one, Jeff. Couldn't get into it. Yeah, no problem. Pause. Continue. Stop. Collaborate. Then listen. Jackie's got a problem with Batman. Is The Irishman actually about an Irishman? I would think it's Irish in as much as American Irish. Or Irish American, rather. That's what normally happens, isn't it? Which is bizarre. There's loads of Irish Americans who've never been to Ireland. The grandparents weren't even from there. But it's what they class their heritage. So when Ireland played against Italy in the World Cup in '94, they played in New York. They could have sold out that stadium about 100 times over. Two of the biggest groups of folks in New York playing against each other. Mad. That must have been some atmosphere, that one. Jackie's got no problem personally with Batman. Never crossed paths. No issues, but yeah, it's an American who thinks he's Irish, which a lot of them do. No issue with that apart from the knobhead from Boston. What was his, was it the mayor who puts on the worst Irish accent in history to celebrate the culture? Don't celebrate the culture by doing stupid... I know I'm doing it on air myself, doing stupid Irish accents, but have a bit more than that on Paddy's Day. And also Paddy's Day, not Patty's Day, please, please, please. One begs of you. Know what I mean, fam? We're chatting here for 3 hours. You can watch that film. You could. You could watch that rather than listen to me talking utter shite. I wouldn't if I were you, though, because this is much better. Would you, and I'm asking this now seriously, would you in that? Would you have Horace? I don't think so. The Jungle's on tonight. Don't forget, Jungle is massive. Is it about what Irish Americans are perceived? It's all about a decorator. Paints houses. Would he decorate them in a certain shade of red? Petrol red. Batman's a good lad, he is. Is it your daddy who was Pat the Decorator? You can get arrested for that now, can't you, Louise? Our friend, who was from Dublin, went over to America, had a company called Irish Interiors, which was a decorating company. I could not believe how lazy the people were over there, the people who had working for them. He said, I've got a job, it's going to take 4 or 5 days. We finished it in the morning. My dad was just looking at me and shaking his head. What the fucking hell do people do over here? We'll turn up at 11, we'll go and have lunch. When we finish that, we'll go and have a coffee, then we'll come back, and then we'll finish for the day. Now, get there at 6 in the morning, get this job done, and then we'll move on to the next one. I think we made enough money during the time we were there to pay for the entire holiday. And by the end of it, there was a Dutch fella who used to run the British and Dominion Club in Los Angeles. Said, your lad, I was 15 at the time, sat there drinking pints of Guinness, which you're not allowed to do in Holland, in America. Said to me, Dad, your lad, would he mind staying over here and working for us? I'll make sure he's got an apartment. And my dad went, no, I don't think he's ready for that. A few years later, I might have been there and coining it, because we could have got loads of Scouse lads going over there. Just come over for 6 months, earn 3 years worth of money, go back home if you want to. If not, stay over here, become a millionaire. Mad. It's only had an American ask if you're Irish, so he said yes. Then he asked if you ever visited Ireland while you were in Ireland. Mad, innit? Because you don't sound like the mayor of Boston or cartoon policeman. And I hate that, the way they do that. Learn it properly at least. You'd rather listen to me, Ali? Oh, of course you would. My velvet tones of the soporific scouser. There's nobody watching on Twitter. That's me soporific late night radio DJ. This is a song for all you truckers out there. He put sheets down on the floor and furniture like a decorator. So when he shoots them, it's clean. Good thinking. That's a thorough job, isn't it? Fucking tourists coming over here. Yeah, Louise, your dad could have used it as a code for whacking fools, for popping caps in asses, which is where you've got it from. That's why you're currently running Alley, Assassin Alley. Joys of working with tourists. Do you know what? We get that, probably get it all around the world. They'll have them, New York will have it as well, just people wandering around New York. You sound vaguely American. I'm from New York, you fucking idiot. Just it happens, does happen everywhere. I know that because I was accused of being able to speak decent English on a cross North Sea ferry. Well, yes, I am English. Oh, really? I thought you were Dutch. No. All right. Your Dutch sounds better than your English. Fuck, cheeky bastards. Jack, you find stupid everyday life here. You do. We all do that. That's why we're together as part of this community, finding stupid everyday life. Were you using the posh accent if you are? The Irish redneck customer service accent. Is this the Irish redneck tips accent, the one that you get the tips for? Thomas isn't watching on Twitch. Nobody's watching on Twitch. And Goodfellas, De Niro's losing it, breaking down the telephone booth because he can't be... Yeah, he can't be made because he's half Irish. Not allowed to be. You have to be fully Italian, don't you? That book I listened to, audio book, The Five Families by Selwyn Raab, was amazing. Proper amazing. I like him. Every mafia thing I've seen on TV, he gets dragged out because he knows so much about it. Fascinating, some of the people that were involved. Popping caps in asses. There's a brilliant thing with Armstrong and Miller where they do the pilots, posh English pilots speaking street with an English accent, which always sounds good. Popping caps in asses from an Englishman sounds fucking stupid, but it does work, doesn't it? I think. I say, you, yes you, that man, you're an absolute shah. Stop before I pop a cap in your ass. Is there such a thing as a posh Irish accent? There is. There's posh accents everywhere. And a posh Irish accent, if you have one, you can write your own cheque. You'll be doing adverts left, right and centre. Jackie Lurchie found America in Lidl. Ground sheets as well as decorating sheets, hatchets and electric clippers for sale in one go. Was this genuine, or had someone been wandering around with his wife shopping and got bored and thought, here, this would be fucking grand crack, this, so it is, watch this. A peak cap, yes. Not even wearing one today, am I? Do I remember Triangle, the TV show? Was that the one about the ferry? Was that, it was, wasn't it, Triangle? Was it Newcastle, Amsterdam, and then somewhere in Norway or something? Triangle. South Dublin accents, you don't all sound like boggers, yeah. German supermarkets for you. Yes, they may have lost the battle, but they're not going to lose the war, are they, when it comes to that? Most Scousers Dutch sound better than their English. But it did, I was good at that. I was really good at the Dutch with the ch, because we speak that all the time, like, you know what I mean? Like, lad, what are you on about? Give a go with your fucking chicken. Oh, you sound very Dutch. No. Liverpool lad. Ah, yes. Do you know the Beatles? Was Triangle with Kate O'Mara? It would have been moaning the thing about boats. It was, yeah. Kate O'Mara, whose name wasn't Kate O'Mara, by the way. She had a different name. She was in a film, an old British film, not too long ago, and I went, she looks really familiar, and I looked, and it was this weird name. I don't recognise her. And then I had a look on Wikipedia. I'm going to have a look now. Because the name that she was in this film as was not the name she was given. There you go. Frances Meredith Carroll was her name. And she started off under that name, I think. Or was it Frankie Carroll she appeared in? Nah, there you go. She was the name Mary Carroll. Merrie. Mary Carroll she was in. Home and Away, that was the film with Jack Warner and Kathleen Harrison. Who's this Mary Carroll? I had a look on Wikipedia. Kate O'Mara. Yeah, it was about boats, triangle. Angie, no problem, go and get something to eat. We will still be going at some point. Don't really have posh accents. Rich speak as odd as the rest of you. If you speak in English in an accent from somewhere else, there's not really much posh as there is. If you're a native British Englishy speaker, some sound very posh, some just sound like you've been dragged off the street, like what I does. What were the clippers for? Is this for cleaning up afterwards? If the hedge looks nice, no one will look. Or when that kind of clippers with the sort of hair clippers. Like when they're serving in a shop dressed as women, it's kicking off mode. Yeah, they start fighting the customers. They are funny then. I like Armstrong and Miller. I think they're on the Channel 4 streaming app, along with Smack the Pony. Channel 4 did some great stuff back then. Also like the Sunday morning youth TV presenters that they had, and one of them had a bit of a secret. Got kicked off Blue Peter or something. They won't tell you what it is. Obama tried to claim Irishness. Obama. Yep. Well, there you go. Stick an apostrophe in there. He is full on Irish. Which reminds me of Phil Lynott. When someone asked him this incredible searching question, what's it like to be black and Irish? And he went, it's a bit like being a pint of Guinness. I thought it was the perfect answer to a stupid fucking question. What do you mean? What's it like to be black and Irish? It's like being Irish, but my skin's a different colour to him over there. Cray cray. He's from Moneygall. Trim your bush. Oh, Frankie Howard, yes, Frankie Howard. Does your bush need a good trim? Can you get the scouts to do it when they come round, Baba Job Week? Do you need a hand? In Danish, speaking in Danish, you don't really have posh accents. It might just be us. We do. I think there must be a thing about the English-speaking language. There is poshness, and it's not just us. The Scots have it as well. Edinburgh sounds a lot more posh and refined than Glasgow, for example. Parts of Ireland do as well. The Americans do as well. When you have a look at some of the old school films, like the 1940s, 30s, 40s, 50s, there's a difference in, I don't know if it's an English sort of inflection that they used to have compared to what the average person on the street used to have. But there's a difference there as well. Might just be not just the accent in the way they present themselves. Like Charles Emerson Winchester from MASH. speaks in such a way that you can imagine him being a full-on snobby Brit, even though he's from Boston. And he parks the car in the Harvard Yard. Sorry for lying, you don't have a bush. Well and truly trimmed. Yeah, remember the Blue Peter Garden was destroyed. It was Dennis Wise and Les Ferdinand who did it. Isn't that one of the weirdest things of all time? 2 former England internationals. Percy Thrower was absolutely devastated. Is it more of a shrub? Best tattoo you've seen was of a Tasmanian devil pushing a lawnmower in a bush doing yonder. The mid-Atlantic accent. There's a lot of mid-Atlantic accents, isn't there? There's the Radio 1 DJ one that has the likes of Tony Blackburn. I hate it. But they have a lot of the posh. If you have a look at what's that program, the film. I'm losing the plot. That TV series on Sky about posh people. Is it Boston or is it New York? Proper 1800s. Can't think what it's called. But they seem to have it as well. Is it more of a thicket? A clearing? A shrubbery? It's no Brazilian, it's the fucking Amazon rainforest, by the way. No wonder you wear big pants. I used to have a china cup that my sister bought me. I asked her to get me one for work, and being the soft shite that she is, she bought me a really nice cup, but on it had a nice watercolour drawing, and then the phrase, fridge pickers wear bigger knickers, and I had to use that in work. People started taking the piss out of me until they realised not to. Not arsed, are you, lad? No. Plus I'm bigger than you. Shut up. Yeah, alright. Thicket sounds good, it does, doesn't it? Is it like a privet hedge? Or is it a combination of both? Is it like a thicket hedge? Yep. Piggly Ding is gone. Who's next? Who's next to do a shift? Hands and AR. Kew Gardens. I live in Kew. Not those Kew Gardens. Your bush is your private business. You're the one who's got it out there, so to speak. Ali out. No, the car's not critical. I just can't drive it at the moment. It needs to be taken away on the back of a low loader and sorted out. Louise, I saw your hand in the air. And waving it like you just don't care. Yes, the car needs to be taken away. Sorted out. It should be done. It might take a couple of days, not even that. But it'll be back, it'll be sound. And when it is, and when it's all fantastic, what I'm going to do is, I might treat myself to having the wheels refurbed. The alloy wheels need a refurb. And when I do, I might also get brand new premium tyres on them. So it's as absolutely perfect as it could be, apart from the paintwork, which isn't, because it's got stone chips on it. But apart from that, if it's mechanically sound, that's all I need. Hawthorne Hedge. Is that another one of your dogging names, is it? Lads, we're in luck. Hawthorne Hedge is coming along. Can your neighbour see your trim from the road? Can they? Right, where are we? Some poor Ingles. Horn cocktail, we're not getting rid of too many of them at the moment. Might have to do a deal on them. Teddy Salter, they're going down a treat though. Has to be said. Won't be able to reach from their house. That's what you think. Jess still hasn't read the message. I'll have to send her a text to go along with the message I've just sent. That's how stupid things are. Where is she? Done. Horn cocktail for Ali Alio. Louise is slinging brew like an absolute pro. Pringles for you as well. A little bit peckish. Pringles for Esther as well. Get yourself right in there. Suited. Coke for Ali. Mind you don't get the ice cubes stuck in your nostrils. Or we're having...
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. You've got skips. Close enough for Jazz, Mandy. Close enough for Jazz. Which ones, though? The normal cheesy skips or the footpad ne'er-do-well prawny ones? I can't even look at a packet of fishy prawn skips without feeling ill. Hang on. Go to the text. Slow down, you move too fast. You've got no understanding of how anyone eats prawn cocktail. It's popular. It's not as popular as it was in the 70s. Because all you had was plain crisps and all of a sudden there was something exotic. Prawn cocktail, tomato ketchup and hedgehog flavoured crisps. All seemed exotic. But yeah, prawn cocktail skips just... Ugh. But Jackie's shrub smells like prawn cocktail. Ooh, controversial. Prawns are divine. They might be, but prawn cocktail flavoured crisps aren't. Especially skips. Mandy's quiet. Shh. He's throwing in a chaser to keep the chill out. That's what we're talking about now. Proper talking about it. We need it, I'm sure. It looks cold out there. Do you know what I mean? When you look out the window and think that looks cold. Watch out for the icy headache, definitely. Normal is prawn for skips. Are we saying that your average normal skip would be prawn rather than the cheesy ones? Ugh. Horrible, horrific. The same as thingy. Not them. Those evil things, scampi fries, they're hidden, aren't they? Remind me to move them at some point. The scampi fries, I don't know anyone eats them, but the bacon fries, of course. Lovely. The bucket of hot chocolate zonked you out. I've got hot chocolate in the house. I forgot about that. I might have one later rather than me last cup of tea. I need to have a lem sip as well when we finish. I think I might be on the end of it now, the cold. In fact, I probably don't need them at all, do I? But I'm having it because it's there. Maybe it's just stopped doing it. I'll have one tonight and that's it. No more unless I'm feeling ill. Can't beat some zonkage, definitely. One nosy neighbour. That was it was at Paul Whitehouse, wasn't it? Michael Payne. My name is Michael Payne. I am a nosy neighbour. Him. Was it the Fast Show that was in? Shrewsbury Ground, so it is. Zonked, yes. Tired. Wiped out. Knackered. Vercocked it. What else did she say in there? I'm pooped, verkackt. That was Lily von Stupp, wasn't it, in Blazing Saddles? After dinner dip. No, after a large bucket of hot chocolate would zonk anyone out, definitely. Fast Show was boss, it was. And it's only when you go back and watch them you realise how funny they were. And how they haven't really dated, have they? They haven't aged because it wasn't really of an age. Everything he did was, I mean, the fat sweaty coppers was 80s, but it was getting shown in the 90s anyway, so it was already aged. It hasn't aged any further. Just brilliant. Still so funny. Shattered, that too, yeah. Oh, suit you, sir. It is funny, absolutely brilliant. My favourite one, of course, is the one that wasn't really shown on TV. The Australian one, That's Amazing. When Paul Whitehouse goes on a foul-mouthed tirade. Brilliant. When you had an earthquake. The earthquake sketch, it's called. It'll be on YouTube. Check it out. Filthy, but well worth it. The big ship sailed through the alley-alley-o. The Johnny Depp sketch was brilliant. Just complete. He is a huge fan of the Fast Show, isn't he? That's the reason why he was in it. If you wanted him on set, you go and knock on his trailer door. I'll be here in a minute. I'm watching the Fast Show. What? Yeah, Bruce, that's amazing. I was netting the waves in the pool. This fucking ground started fucking shaking. Check it out if you can. It's brilliant. It's a family show. Casper, you've not seen the Fast Show? Oh, watch it, mate. It's brilliant. Really funny. It's they cut out all the extraneous bits, so you pretty much got a setup and a punchline, and it's boiled down to its funniest bits. It's superb. Loads of Fast Show, like we're saying here now, loads of the catchphrases we all use in British culture from day to day. When it's hot, it's scorcho. Everyone pretty much says that, don't they? Suit you, sir. Oh, yeah. How very dare you, Catherine Tabor. No, that wasn't the Fast Show. Paul Whitehouse is a Dutch copper. That was Harry Enfield. Harry was his mate. And also in Police Society, my lover, Rolf. Yeah. That was the Harry Enfield show, or Harry and Paul, or one of those. Still funny though. Evening all. Use it as much as careful now from Father Ted. That's another one. Careful now. We also use, if we're asking whether that's ours, is that mine? Instead of saying, is that mine, is, are those my feet? Loads of weird things, isn't it? And we think we're the only family that does it, but apparently we're not. Everyone has the same little things. Are those my feet? I love my breek. How very dare you? Yeah. Are you watching a chat, Paul? Watching a chat live is like making love to a beautiful woman. Oh, that's fucking brilliant, Swiss Tony. Father Ted is up there with the best ever. Definitely. Go on, go on, go on. Ah, you will. Down with that sort of. What was it? There was it one of the? It might not be a Gaza paradey thing. There was some kind of thing in London where there was two separate protests going on. One of which will have been the Football Lads Alliance, and then there's absolute chaos going on. And there was two of those banners where you've got like Free Palestine and this, that, and the others. Down with this sort of thing and careful now. And just thought that's British all over that, isn't it? Punches getting thrown left, right, and centre, and there's two people with Father Ted fucking stickers up there going, brilliant. Go on, go on, go on. It's that fucking gobshite never after 10. I love that. He was doing Top of the Pops, wasn't he? #1 on the charts with I'm a Sleepy Priest. Love Father Ted. You could watch it over and over. Yeah, I don't believe it. Another a great catchphrase, and also when that was on Father Ted was even better as well, wasn't it? Richard Wilson was in the caves. Ted, man. What a shame he left so early. Oh, damn it. Such a funny show. My Lovely Horse. Written by the Divine Comedy, Neil Hannon. Written and performed by Neil Hannon, who also did the theme tune. Imagine saying that though to a proper genius of a songwriter. I want you to do me a favour. I want you to write a song about a horse, feeding him sugar lumps and riding him over fences and all that stuff. Yeah, go on. Graham Norton, yeah, river dancing in the caravan. I almost died that day, genuinely. I was on one chair, my half, and I was on the sofa watching that, and neither of us could breathe. The funniest thing I'd ever seen at that point. Amazing. Father Trendy was the precursor to Ted, yeah. He used to do it as a stand-up show, didn't he? Brilliant. I'm glad he turned it into a show as well, that. Although he had to come over to England to do that, didn't he? Don't think any of the Irish TV companies were willing to take that on. Whereas Channel 4 went, yeah, go on, we'll do it. Get it over here. Brilliant. Yeah. Father Noel Furlong. Brilliant. I didn't realise Graham Norton could act, and all of a sudden there he was. What's he doing in this? Oh, fuck me, he's hilarious. Yeah, in the cave as well. Brilliant. With his hand up, looking round. Never heard of Father Trendy. I've only heard about it through... there's a good documentary about Father Ted, and he was mentioning where it came from, and it was from there. The fellow looked like Jack Grealish, yeah. Father Damo Lennon. Who'd you prefer, Oasis or Blur? Brilliant. The Irish stations, they did miss out. I can understand why they didn't want to do it. You don't really want to go and take on the rest of Ireland, Catholic Ireland, with priests getting up to no good, but the Brits didn't give a shit, obviously. And thankfully, we got the proper Father Ted out of it. No, can you cut that bit for us? Can you cut that bit for us? No. Have it as Graham Linehan and Arthur Matthews wanted. In all its glory. With Pat Mustard, the hairy baby maker. I was going to yank myself off round the clock, so I want no sex with proper girls thanks to you two. Man. Yeah, at the time you looked like Hitler. Just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Aussie U, wasn't it? Was the dad in there. The Scouse Chinese dude. Brilliant him. Yeah, fecking Greeks. Again, that whole scene is just... I don't think I'd ever seen anything like that at that point. There's not many things you see nowadays where you think, I've never seen anything that even resembles that. Fecking Greeks. It's not the Greeks, it's the Chinese he's after. Graham Linehan used to live in Norwich, he did, didn't he? Ideal place. You're close enough to London where you can get in and do your meetings and what have you. Far enough away that you're not constantly done by the hubbub. Yeah. You're racist now, father. Brilliant. He hasn't got time to devote himself to the racism full time. The farm takes up most of my day, and of an evening I like a cup of tea. I love that as well. If that's the idea, is you work all day and in the evening you like a cup of tea. That is all you do. Fucking mad. The Best Priest Award, that was amazing, wasn't it? The Golden Cleric. Brilliant. That and the Lovely Girls contest. What's the name of the Pat Shaw programme? The comedy one with Jaxie. I've seen a couple of bits and pieces from Pat Shaw. I liked him. He was in Father Ted as well, wasn't he, as Tom? Love Black Books. That's another fantastic show, that. Brilliant. We have produced some superb comedy between the UK and Ireland. Black Books. What an amazing show that is. Bernard Black is that's what I want to be in my later years. Love to run a bookshop and just tell people to piss off all the time. Sit there drinking wine. Non-alcoholic, obviously. Killing a Scully. The escaping from the underwear section. The biggest lingerie section in Europe. That was amazing. My hero it was. Ardle went into that one after Father Ted. That's been back on one of the Sky channels during the day. Wasn't great. Obviously, it was never going to be as good as Father Ted, but yeah, bit of a strange one, wasn't it? Don't want to be typecast, so I'll go and be a superhero instead. Fair play, like. With Phil, the Scouser, what's his name? Phil, I can't remember. Who was in the Brothers McGregor. Oh, shite. It'll come to me. So I've been told. Bill Bailey as a kept man was superb in Black Books, yeah. When he doesn't realise he's being a kept man. I was on Taskmaster, he was shite, I haven't seen that. I did see him live and he was superb. Really, really good comedian. Had us in stitches. My hero, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't particularly good either. But I suppose he did get out of it and decide, I don't want to be stupid anymore. I don't want to be a priest. I want to be something who's a bit more than that. So, a superhero. Yeah, not bad going. Black Book's one of the first UK shows you watch, guys, but it's superb. I like the shows that are based in reality but have got just that little bit of a hint of surrealism about them. Just enough to be a bit weird. My kind of thing. Yeah, when he was working in the neighbour's shop when Simon Pegg is the manager of the other bookshop. Dylan Moran, or Dylan Moran, depending on where you come from, I suppose, isn't it? Who co-wrote the first series, and then I think he wrote all of the rest of them, didn't he? Himself. Brilliant in that as Bernard. Bernard. Ardle was talking on an Irish chat show, saying he took part in a Father Dougal lookalike competition, and he came third. You look nothing like him. You look like that twat off My Hero instead. Taskmaster's a great show. I tried to watch it and I just couldn't. Probably because the people that were on it were funnier than they were on that show. If that makes any sense. But if you're into it, you're into it. That hint of intense insanity just needs that little tiny bit. That's all you need. Doesn't have to be completely surreal. I mean, it can be, like Monty Python or the Mighty Boosh or something, but just that little bit, a tiny bit, puts it over the edge. Like in Black Books when Bill Bailey's playing the piano with the spoons. Just that kind of weirdness. That's the right level of weirdness. Yes, I know exactly how you say it, Ali. The turd. Barnes, you never got into Black Books at the time. It's well worth checking out. The cast are brilliant. They really are. And it's such a funny show. But I've had series like that myself as well where I couldn't watch it at the time. Years later, I've just put it on or it's been on telly. And I've laughed me Albert Dock off. So it's well worth looking at. You've watched all 18 series of Taskmaster. That is a task in itself, Casper. Jesus. It will lose its novelty quite soon. I was reading about it earlier on. Someone said it has already. Jack D was in the latest one. Jack D will never ever do anything as good as being on Shooting Stars. Being the butt of the jokes. And I think he probably, at some point himself, will come out and say, that was the happiest I've ever been in my life. Despite the fact that I looked miserable. I had to try to be miserable. You haven't even watched the full series. There's about 20 countries doing their versions of it. That's the kind of thing that would make whoever invented it would make them very, very rich. Jasper Carrot invented something, didn't he? Was it Golden Balls? And then that got sold around the world and made him hugely rich on the back of it. Fed up with it now, Steve. Too many contestants that you don't know. That's part of the reason why I don't like or didn't like. Not have I got news for you? Thingy. Fucking hell, what was the BBC Two comedy sketchy show with Hugh Dennis, the panel show? Not Have I Got News for You. What's the other fucking stupid thing called? Well, there was loads of comedians on there, and I'm looking at it thinking, I barely recognise a single person on here. Mock the Week, that's the one. Tomash, it's happening, bro. Yeah, Mock the Week went shite when there was just random people who'd done a week in Edinburgh were suddenly on there. I think this is fucking shite. When you had people like Frankie Boyle on there, you could tell when he was doing scripted stuff, and when he just lost the plot and done his own stuff, it was twice as funny. Golden Balls, Split or Steal. I had to read that twice there. Greg's sidekick is little Alex Horn, who's 6'2", by the way, or a smidge under 6'2". Steve-O, have you sent your pictures in for Scarfathon? Hats or Scarfathon? Anyone who's got hats or scarf pics, send them in. Louise has sent some in. They will be on Wednesday. I have some scarf action I am going to add in. Scarf and snoods. You had a couple of comedians that did a couple of series of Shooting Stars, just as insane as Vic and Bob. They were mental, absolutely insane. The Danish version, yep. Channel 4 is superb, yeah. Man Down, Spaced, Black Books, Green Wing, all amazing shows. Oh, Ali Ali O.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It's there, Ali Ali O. Alex Horn is the fellow whose idea Taskmaster is based on. Dwayne Eddy's. Yeah, little Alex Horn is 6'2", but because Greg Davis is 6'7", it makes him look tiny. All BBC panel shows have lost their edge. They have. It's basically that. There's no edge anymore, and because of that, they're not as funny as they used to be. Get your scarves and snoods ready. Send snoods. Get them sent in. I will do it on Wednesday. On it tomorrow. On it like a car bonnet. On it like Wallace and Gromit. The Frankie Boyle podcast, when he told some of the jokes that he did and he never heard. He can go dark. He can go dark, man. Including the Michael Jackson Children's Hospital, which is on YouTube. Seeing there's a lot of Americans reacting to that, who are just absolutely dumbfounded that he got away with doing it. How on earth is he managing this? Even though they love Michael Jackson, they were still pissing themselves laughing. It's as big and pointy as ever. GP wasn't interested in further investigation, so you're okay. So that'll do you. Level 36. There's a level 38 that Mandy's on at the moment. There are levels. Ali Ali O sent 15 pics. She has. 8 out of 10 cats do countdown. I can't bring myself to watch that at the moment. Without Sean Locke, it's not the same, is it? And Rachel fucking Riley. Can't stand that woman. So your neng isn't broken. More Frankie Howard. Up Pompeii has been getting shown on Great TV, or not Great TV, That's TV, which is superb. Even back then, there should be more of that. There should be more series where you break the fourth wall and talk to the audience that's in there. Titty ye not and ooh no, missus. Brilliant. Still funny. Might be broken, you need an x-ray, a nose x-ray. Not having that. Oh, the dinner party jokes. Maddie, ooh. Frankie was funny once. He still does some funny stuff, but I think he has lost his edge as well, hasn't he? Unfortunately. Helen sent one yesterday. She did. I have a Helen pick as well. Looking fantastic, has to be said. Rocking the hat. Helen, if you're listening, you are rocking the hat. Rocking it with 6 R's. Rocking it, la. Carrot in a box was amazing. He is something, well, he was something else, Sean Loch. They say that, don't they, about comedians? They've got funny bones, and very few of them have, but he definitely had. He seems the kind of fella that you go for a pint with and you'd be sore for days afterwards through laughing. Challenge you, Mike. That was an amazing one there. Probably a lot of people were thinking it. No one had the minerals to say it. Off you come. Yeah, he was the comedian's comedian. They loved him. If you can make a room full of comedians laugh, you know you've done well. She's gone to bed. Well, remind her in the morning. She was rocking it. That was a graveyard cleaning hat. Graveyard cleaning hat, of course, also supported 8 Mile Radius in Toronto in 1972. They were a grindcore band, one of the very first ones. Looks great on her, by the way, Steve. Really does. Hats do make people look, I don't know, there's an authoritarian part about them. This hat brings out the inner, I am rocking the shit out of life. That kind of thing. It's amazing. I liked his rear of the year as well. When he won the rear of the year and lost out in the Worlds to Diego Maradona. That story. The first time I heard that, I thought I was going to lose it completely. Amazing. Tom, 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 tom. No one made Jimmy Carr sound like a donkey interfering with a seal, quite like Sean Loch. He didn't. And I like the way they used to fight back all the time. It's funny when you see a comedian absolutely losing it. Piggly Ding next. When you see a comedian losing it or another comedian, you know they've got to have something about them. Definitely. Louise, thank you very much for another fantastic shift. You can put your hat on. You can take some pics now you've shaved your head and trimmed your beard. Remind me I need to cut mine as well. My hair. There's nothing to get rid of really here, is there? But the hair needs the clippers, I think. I'm starting to look homeless. We can't have that. Yeah, Diego Maradona bending over and setting the sprinklers off. Just the seal clubbing. 2 hammers and hobnail boots. What goes on in his head? Brilliant. Yeah, his brothership with Carr was magical. There should have been more made of the fact as well that there's Susie Dent and Jimmy Carr on the same show. Carr Dent, I mean, come on. Who shaved the bullock? That's another father's head, isn't it? That was during the yeah, that was the Eurovision, wasn't it? Shave a bullock. Year of the year with the gloves off. What an absolute fantastic line. Overdue a haircut. You might get a pre-match trim this week. Does it work? Do we win when you get your trim? I just need to go in the back and clip the fucking lot off. I'm always wearing a hat anyway, aren't I? So it doesn't really matter. And that's a hat or a fact. Although I could do we get rid of some of this as well. But better during the summer. We can take the absolute lot off. Who's next? Hands up behind the bar. Yes, you might need a pre-match trim. Jackie needs a pre-match trim as well this week. You've got the Father Ted script book. What? Each episode is a little piece by the writers. Right, Thomas, come next. Plus we need Dyche out. Esther is coming after you. Fine, we'll do that. You are noted. Esther. Esther. I need to get older at that. I wanted to get into writing scripts, even if they weren't going to go anywhere, because of how you write them, the mechanics of writing things. I've also done a little something. When I said the other week I need to write more, I did. I wrote something the other day. I just need to find something to put to it, some kind of visual to put to it. It might not be something I film, it might just have to be stock footage, but it was an interesting thing, I think. Yeah, Sean talking about scaring his kids with is Mr. Bojangles' character. See, when he tells stories, this is the good thing. The thing about a proper full-on genius storyteller, whether it's Sean Locke, Billy Connolly, Dave Allen, someone like that, half of what they say, you're thinking, this could be absolute bollocks, or this could be 100% true. I just don't know at the moment. But yeah, when he told you the story, I did this, I kind of believe that he might have done. J-Lou, you are in bed. You've just had some fruit and yoghurt. Is the fruit still hugely expensive over there? Mrs. Tom has been decorating. You've been ironing and watching the darts. Zarts. DZ, 3As, RTZ. Zarts. Domingo's been annoyed by the rain. Wait till he sees the snow. You might like the snow, but not go anywhere near it. You like it as a backdrop. Are the dogs with you keeping your feet warm? Ah. What is Mrs. Tom decorating? The yoghurt is very soothing for your freshly trimmed hedgerow. Are you up early tomorrow, Jackie? She is. She has to get up early to watch the rest of this when she falls asleep, obviously. Yep, get her a second order, definitely. Stephen. Where's Stephen? Pint for Esther. Mrs. Tom has been panelling and painting in the dining room. What? Proper? That's proper DIY. Only you're not doing it yourself, she's doing it. Get up at 4:30. That's an ungodly time to be getting up. Or is that because there's no police around the car parks at that time of the morning? Is that what it is, J-Lou? Fanta. Fanta in the area. A thermos because I'm worth it. I'm not just worth it, I'm also sponsored by them. If you didn't see it earlier. Bermos, because you're probably worth it. Yes, there's a toilet on hand unlike yesterday. I got back yesterday and I had me DJI Pocket 3 in me pocket, because that's what it's called, isn't it? I thought I'll bring that in and me blankets and I'll quickly go and have a pee while he's unhooking the car off the back of his truck. Oh, honestly, you could see it in my eyes. There's a little bit of yellow fleck starting to appear, which was pith. Watch it on Channel 4 with VPN, same as the iPlayer for BBC. The police are the only ones around the car parks at that time. All right. Do you go to watch them shining their torches and polishing their helmets? Is that what it is? Something to imbibe. Very posh. Tea for Steve. Bucket of grog for Donald. Do I piss like a cat? I did piss like a camel. All over the fence. I did. Like a racehorse. At a nice, steady flow rate. Don't push too much. Let it come out of its own accord. Otherwise, your blood pressure goes through the roof. Ali get up at 6:10 in the AM. I normally get up at 7, and that's bad enough. 6:10 sounds like a punishment. Something to wet your whistle, Casper. Bermos, yep. Because we are worth it. That is a nice cuppa. The police are good payers, are they? But you'll know yourself. 12 £10 notes for £100. Check them. Got the little silver thing through there and the watermark. Mandy, you need something to wake you up. What do you suggest? Nothing electric. Nothing electric. Wake you up before you go. Bit of Georgie. A beer for Casper. There's a wool shortage. That didn't wake Mandy up. That's made her collapse in a heap in the corner. A wine. Why is there always wine? For Louise. She wants a flake with that. That's an actual picture of Louise, by the way. Used to get up at that time for the markets and a postie. You don't envy. Yeah, I know that. I used to have to get up occasionally at 5:30 if I had to go into work very early, and I hated it. 5:30 is last night. It's not this morning. Red, white, rosé or orange. Buckets of cold water for Jinxie. Rosé. A rosé with a capital E. A blush. Is that what they call it in the States? I know California, they mention it as a blush, don't they? 4:30. It's ridiculous. Messes with your day a bit. Of course it does, because it cuts it in half. Orange wine, is that the royalist poison? May well be. That might do it. It might do it. You're a slave to work. Why? We work to live. We don't live to work. Remember that. Just remember that. Oh shit! It's Sunday, isn't it? Oh, water for Mandy's face. I thought you were drinking it. You'd be the one pissing like a camel otherwise, right? Yes, it is Sunday, so... Let's see what Jeff's been up to. I didn't break it, honest. That's my car, you horrible vicious... He looks ripped, fair play. You can see his cum gutters there, can't you? The RAC, surely it should have been the A. Calm down. Oh, very funny. Scouser, are you? Even with the curly hair and moustache, you still look beautiful. Big end gone. What do you mean? No. Don't want the big end gone. Definitely don't. Hoo-yah! Jeff doing anti-scouse jokes. This disgraceful behaviour. Disgraceful behaviour. Do you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't understand you. Piss off, Jeff. You like your job. I'm not surprised. Getting to lie down all day, just counting cash. With the occasional, have you finished, love? Yeah, if you win the lasso, Jackie won't have to get up at that time anymore. You will be ladies who leisure. That'd be nice. Imagine that. Just getting up and thinking balls to it. Let's go for a cup of coffee somewhere in the middle. Orange wine was trendy this summer. Something to do with the grapes, the processing that gives it an orangey colour. A bit rosé-ish. You had a glass or two, it was very nice. Not my style. I like it deep. Bull's blood, that kind of stuff. Proper deep reds. A Merlot. Perpetual darkness if you're indoors. It is, isn't it? Even if you do a normal 9 to 5, at some point during the year, it's dark when you go in, it's dark when you come home. It's bizarre. apart from people who work nights who suddenly come out and it's the 10 minutes of daylight that we have. You'd like to work a bit less. I'd like to work completely less. He did look like Prince in the second pick, didn't he? As I say, even when he was trying to take the piss by being a scouser, he ended up looking devilishly handsome. Ah, Jeff. How does Bob Marley like his donut? Oh, was that on repeat, is it, Jeff? Tit. Esther, it sounds like your kind of thing. Some rosé has got an orange hue. I could never drink rosé. I don't like white either. It's proper full-on red. Yes, that, by the way, is not water. Thomas, that is not water. That is not the universally accepted emoji for water. Just be warned. Sunrise now is after 8 and before 4 for falling downage. Days are getting proper short, they are, aren't they? It's just rosé. All I've said is it's got an orange tint, and straight away you look at it and think that looks orange, even though it doesn't. I'm sure it is. Bit of dealer's choice. Go ahead. Liking your job is very important. If you don't, no es bueno. If you type water and that comes up, it literally comes up. Yeah. It may have been designed to be that, but it's not. Oh, hello. Jackie Lewis.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there. Is that the hat-trick so far? It is, isn't it, I think? Up you, Jackie, up you. So it is. So it was. So you did. We are smashing it tonight. About time you felt it in your water tonight. That'll be a urinary tract infection. Go and get that checked out. Or natural yoghurt. Don't use a Muller Crunch Corner. Jesus sake. Yeah, if you don't want the water, you might be better off with a flavour. Some peach or maybe some vegetable. Another slam dunk from Jackie O'Neill. Absolutely. Only 10 behind Ali. 12 behind Mandy. Where are you on the list? Let's have a look. You are also 2 behind Steve and Kirsty. So you're right up there. Rar up there, lad. Rar up there. That is a ridiculous amount of watch hours for all of you, to be honest. Yes, a matron is needed for that. For the water, the peach, and the aubergine. Sounds like a Roald Dahl book, that, doesn't it? The water, the peach, and the aubergine. Is that a pickle? You be in a pickle. Casper, where are you at, Casper? Level 20. There's lots of people high up on this list with a huge amount of watch hours. It is cray-cray in a good way. A pickled cucumber. Can you still watch the BBC iPlayer with your VPN? Louise, you can't. You do know that you are in the UK, Louise. You can watch it without the VPN. If needed. Yeah, but there's a thing, wasn't it? The iPlayer didn't work with a VPN, and yet a lot of people around the world do use it, so there must be a workaround or a particular program works. 10 behind Ali, but miles behind Twitchy Thomas over in the other place. The other place, there's a party going on over there. Rocking it. I should be able to see in a minute. See? Party. He agrees, look. You saw a cocktail in a local bar that contained pickle juice. It was called a gherkinhead. That does not surprise me in the slightest. It is strange. You keep having to close it. What? Evils. 6,000 Twitch viewers can't be wrong. That sounds like a Combat Erection song, that, doesn't it? We should make that a 40-second Combat Erection song. 6,000 Twitch viewers can't be wrong. Gherkinhead in Birkenhead. It will be, won't it? Why do you need a VPN? Or is this because at the same time you're also giving out the contracts to Ali and you don't want the police to know where you are? Got you. Yeah, here's his number 1 on Twitch. There's a list on Twitch on your own. Plus, of course, you see, this is how sneaky he is, Mandy. He's getting points on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Copy and paste. Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Jackie's still behind Steve where you should be. I would have thought it'd be the other way round, wouldn't it? Yeah, touche, you are indeed in Denmark. Unless you've disappeared and not told us. Got to be number 1 somewhere. Number 1 in your own house. Well, no, you're not, are you? Because Domingo's there. Sneaking up from the rear. Like a naughty bad villain. Doesn't work with every VPN. You use NordVPN and that works. That seems to work and is also a big sponsor of YouTube channels and people who often say use it because it will allow you to watch shows from home, etc. Use it today to watch something on Belgian TV. There's a great Genesis gig that was on Belgian TV back in 1973, I think it was. Amazing. It's on YouTube as well. Brilliant on YouTube. Barnesy got wasted in Blackpool on a drink called Zombie Crack. That Blackpool seems the kind of place that you would have something like that. That is absolutely 100%. What happened to you when you went to Blackpool? Zombie Crack. Oh, say no more. Does your bum look big in this, Stephen? From where she is at the moment, coming up on the rear, yes. Mrs. Tom asked if you needed a VPN if you wanted to watch stuff on holiday. You would be getting a lot of watched on holiday if you're wearing a VPN. You're not on Twitch tonight. I know you're losing points. With it being Blackpool, there is every chance that it did indeed contain crack or zombie juice. What does VPN do that you watch other countries? It's a virtual private network. So if you wanted to watch something on, say, Netflix that's not available in the UK, one of these big American shows that's on, that they see it first and then we get it 2 weeks later, you can pretend to be in the States and you can then watch their stuff. Things that have been taken off Netflix change the country that you're supposed to be in and it might be on there. Same with Amazon Prime and Ting. And also when you're away on holiday, you're not allowed to watch the iPlayer or Channel 4 and stuff. You can. Just pretend you're back in the UK. Etc. Zombie crack does sound like it should be cough medicine, along with Cavonia, Mescal, crack and Vimto. That sounds... I'd ever go with that tonight, to be honest with you. How long have you been drinking? 2 years now, mate, but... Vimto, Mescal and crack. Oh, shout, mate. Makes you look like you're in another country. It does. I use it quite a lot myself as well. Again, for watching things that used to be on it. Like you start a show or a series and then all of a sudden, it's gone now. Brilliant, well done. They were $5 a pop. The reason why is because after a few of them, you don't care how much money it costs. You will go out and start doing raids to get the money. you don't really have much bum. So you're saying Steve don't gots back. Is that what you're trying to say? He don't scot back. Ali sent me a video she did of birds in the back garden. I should have put it on today, shouldn't I? Unfortunately, I fell asleep on the sofa because I was absolutely exhaustificated. I couldn't move. I was under the blanket that you saw yesterday, my blue one. You had sultana buns and cheese scones. Ooh, very nice. A jackdaw took one of your bird feeders off the hook. I saw that, it did. The alios, yes, they were. The jackdaws, they are smart birds. Any of those corvids. You've got into early doors on YouTube. All the 2 series, every episode is also on the iPlayer Jaguars. Both series is on there. Absolutely hilarious. Me dad and me nephew were watching it last night. I could hear it in the background. Fucking hell. Pissing themselves laughing. So funny. One of my favouriteest shows of all time now. English Netflix have other shows like the Danish Netflix does. For instance, it does. And you can change to wherever you are in the world. You can go and be somewhere else, and all of a sudden it opens up a whole load of other kinds of shows. Is right. Yeah, it's right, Jaylee. Early Doors is absolutely hilarious. And for me, I am convinced... Oh, hello, Casper.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
I am convinced that either Craig Cash or Phil Mealy not only drank in lots of pubs, but either lived in one or worked in one. Some of the stuff that they wrote about was the behind-the-scenes stuff, was exactly the same as the George in Southport, our pub that we had. Corvids are amazing creatures, they are. Absolutely incredible people. People, birds, incredible creatures, superb intellect, well-read, into good music, connoisseurs of fine wines and poetry. I'm basically a COVID. Sorry, a COVID. No, the other way around. Yep. Smashing it, la. You asked where you were, and next thing you know, ding, you're on the screen, level 21. Halfway to Mark King. They also use tools and are self-aware, which is more than most workmen that we've had around this place. A little bit of satire, a little bit of politics. My name's Ben Elton, good night, etc. They are very, very smart. Any animals that can work out problems, especially using tools, are insanely good. Like dropping the stones into bottles of water so it reaches the level up and it can get into it. Amazing. Octopi, they're also incredibly... I'm still convinced they're aliens. They are actual aliens who came down and thought the best place for us is to hide under the water. And we can breathe outside of the water. And we're really smart and we can hold knives and all that kind of stuff. Gotta be aliens. The young ones is on iPlayer as well. Superb. Goodness gracious me. I feel sorry for them. They did so much to get rid of the... remember, was it Curry and Chips? Spike Milligan, where he blacked up or browned up, rather. All that stuff where people were pretending to be Asian and just acting stupid. They did so much to show that Asian comedy is hilarious. And then Adil Ray came along with... What's that fucking stupid show he's got as well? Where he plays a stupid Asian dude. Don't do the same fucking hackneyed thing over and over again. These people have sorted it out that you don't need to do it anymore. Sorry, Twitch was just going a little bit shaky there. There was the study in the University of West Virginia about COVIDs, them being struck by highway traffic. It was found they communicated with each other to avoid accidents but often got hit by lorries. What? It was found that these COVIDs would warn each other about normal vehicles but not the corrie. They'd say car.
Very poor.
Car.
Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. Octopuses are yummy. I've never eaten one. Well, I have actually, that's a lie. Accidentally. In Tenerife, I was having some of the salad with this little bit of lovely little curly purple salad leaf. And when I looked afterwards, it wasn't, it was octopus, and I almost vomited. And I shouldn't have done because I obviously didn't think it was that bad when I was eating it. Just the thought of it, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. An octopus brain is donut shaped and has the esophagus running through it. So if it swallows something too big, they get brain damage. They can open jars. They can. There was that one that was famous. It was in like not a Sea Wales, but something like that, a sea centre, and there was fish going missing in the tank next door. And then they put like a CCTV on it, and the octopus was getting out of its own tank, knocking the shelf off, or to one side off the top of it, getting out, climbing down, climbing up the other side, getting into the other tank, eating fish, getting out, closing the lid of the tank, getting back into its own tank, closing that lid, and just sitting on the back whistling, going, "Wasn't me, Gov, I seen nothing." Amazing. Twitch was going twitchy. It was. There was a little thing at the bottom, settings going, and when I clicked on it, it was absolutely nothing, so it was pointless. You had a migraine this week and your vision was going. Bad, aren't they? Migraines. Absolutely horrible. You were sucking into Thomas's story for a second. That's the art of a good storyteller. The Carns, that's the one, isn't it? Oh, just, why go back 20 or 30 years? Surprised he weren't giving it that, you know, 199 ding ding, all that fucking stupid stuff. It's just, goodness gracious me, it worked so hard to get away from that idea, that stereotype, and he's gone straight back into it. Pointless, fucking pointless. And he's not stupid, Adil Ray's quite intelligent, so why do it? Why ponder to that? The deadpan authority with which you tell them. You sell it well. That's all I'm saying. You are selling well. Don't apologise. It was funny at the end. I think you'll find Jackie Lewis.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Very poor. They did a study with being horrible to COVIDs while wearing a mask. Anybody wearing the mask got attacked wherever they were. What? That does definitely sound like some zombie sci-fi horror shit, doesn't it? Alfred Hitchcock meets Stephen King. 5 Koreans die each year from eating live octopi because the suckers get stuck in their throats. It shouldn't be difficult to say to people, should it? Don't eat something that you will not be able to swallow. Don't swallow anything that you wouldn't be able to eat. Sleeper COVIDs activated by masks. We don't need that. Goodness gracious me, where they go for English. I think that's one of the greatest sketches in history. Brilliantly written, incredibly well observed, and then just flipping everything on its head. Absolutely superb. That is right up there with the very best sketches we've ever produced. Fantastic stuff. Still as funny today as it was back then as well. James. That look of joy as well. Give me the blandest thing on the menu. That look on his face is amazing. We had a hat trick, we did. Leave everything in the sea alone, absolutely. We don't belong there. We shouldn't be there. You haven't had that yet, Esther, but you're sure you like it? Like sashimi and teppanyaki? Not my kind of thing. What is the blandest thing on the menu? It's always fucking... It's an omelette, isn't it? Plain omelette with chips. We're going for an Indian. I know, yeah, but you know, I don't really want to try it. Have a bit of korma. No, it's too spicy for me. Fuck off, man. Ice cream's got more spice than a korma. I remember being wowed by it. Just absolutely amazing. A work of genius. Don't make an animal suffer just for a meal. You must have tasted my mother's cooking as well, then, if that's the case. Eating them alive seems ridiculous. It does. What they do, eating things alive, is just a cruel and unusual punishment. There's no need for it. Phone keeps changing itself to top messages. The wee bastard. Absolutely. Wise words from me. Not very often. You heard him, ladies. Votes for women. Solidarity sisters. I should have caveated that, shouldn't I? But not always, obviously. And by the way, Louis, that's not going on a t-shirt. I'm telling you that now. It's not going on a t-shirt. The dad that says everything's Indian. That is brilliant, that one. I love that. Also good because it gives you an insight into part of the Indian culture that we... Piggly ding next. Part of the culture that we didn't really know about. But now we do. Esther, behind the bar. Yes, I like that. All the stuff about Kiss My Chuddies and... what was it? As he got a big... Which ended up... Loads of stuff was disgusting in that show as well, but brilliant. Who is eating what alive? Koreans especially. Lots of Southeast Asians eat things alive. There's just no point in it. It just seems to be cruel. There's a YouTube woman who she does mukbangs, and part of her thing is she eats a lot of stuff live, and it just seems to be completely and utterly cruel. There's no need to do it. You see this live animal straight down the throat. Why you do that? It was a great representation of Asian culture. We have gone backwards since then. Again, Mr. Khan, don't fucking do stuff like that. We've made the leap. We've gone beyond that. Show something a bit more than that. It was on the telly in Holland there. Good stuff. The Koreans eat live octopus. Keep it clean, Jackie. For you. Yeah, keep it clean. Always worth keeping it clean. And trimmed. A quick shift. You can't shift quicker than a quick shift. Shifters, they're the ones to trust. Dice out. Almost forgotten about him. I haven't. The Dice Out Blue Sky meltdown is going to be a thing to behold. I have unfortunately followed about 30 copites today. I'm hoping that it's the way it used to be on Twitter before everyone was trying to be edgy for football clout. I have dipped in back into Twitter, and it seems to be right-wing Americans struggling to find people to argue with, which is glorious to see. Goddamn lefties have left, yet we have, because it's not fun anymore. And hope that football Twitter doesn't make its way over to Blue Sky. All them FT knobheads with Ozil with an X rather than an O, or have you? Stupid. How big is his dunder? That's the one. Apparently that means stick, doesn't it? So even though it wasn't dirty, it was genuinely dirty. Sag Aliu. Ban mukbangs, definitely. Ban fireworks. The mukbang thing I don't get. You had Nick Avocado who put on £70 million and then lost it all and didn't tell people that he'd done it. Has lost loads of weight, but is still going to do mukbangs. If anyone doesn't know what a mukbang is, it is eating gluttony eating live on Twitter. People will sit there and watch you eating, stuffing yourself to the point where you're going to be sick, and it's unhealthy and it's stupid. It needs to be stopped. Mukbangs and fireworks that your poor old granddad had to sweat to buy you. Have I nuked my posts? I tried to the other day. I can't. I'm going to have to delete it completely. But I can't just... I thought there was a way of getting rid of all of them. There isn't. Apart from paying huge amounts of money. Twitter feed was nicely curated with people you wanted to hear from. Same thing. Also, my Twitter feed was going for 15 years it was, 15 years in August. And I have made a lot of good friends on there. Also had some of the funniest nights of my life on there. But Musk is an absolute dickbag. Has to be done. And also, he's going to start using it to train AI. Good luck with that. Good luck with trying to use Scouse Twitter to train AI. Some incredibly funny stuff. Funny stuff. Like old Holborn with his... He had a spreadsheet, didn't he? A Twitter spreadsheet of things that the Scouse Twitter had said and done to him. Uh, someone with 20,000 followers said he was going to come round and bum me tart's head in. Well, don't be making jokes about James Bulger. Then you won't have people getting upset with you. Woke up to 3 skips and four crates of lilt on my front door. Stick all social media up your arse. This is social media, by the way, Stephen. This is social media. This is the best by a distance as well, by the way, YouTube. Much better. The Irish word for pig is muck. Where there's muck, there's brass. Your current account was your 3rd iteration. You were an early adopter, yeah. Stephen Fry used to follow you. That's quite interesting. Some hysterical night. It wasn't brilliant. I've got a 2nd channel as well, which I haven't got rid of yet, but I have my original one is from the 4th of August 2009. England were playing cricket at some point, and I just decided to join, and then all the lads in work did, and we had a laugh ever since. It was brilliant. I love it. Stamp and Chico, absolutely brilliant. Is Chico and Stamp, are they 2 different people, or is Chico Stamp, are they the same? I was convinced I knew Chico, and then I wasn't, so I don't know. I might have walked past him many a time and had no idea. A lot of American MAGA folks these days post now they want Trump to buy Greenland because the Dutch are a shithole. It's just, they are mad, aren't they, some of them lot. But they will live and learn. Great man, Stephen Fry. I thought so, but some of the stuff he's been coming out with of late is disgusting. Apologist. Stick it up your ass. The Welsh word for pig is mochin, which mochin. Obviously, they've got the same Celtic ancestor in wordage. Nice, that. Another great Norfolk fella. He's still there, isn't he? Etienne Fry. How was that pronounced? Did I get it right? Mochin. Mochin. As in, you stop mocking me, stop taking a piss, you're mocking me now. They're overloading the Reddit subreddit. Shit Americans say. The Irish word for cow is bow. So if you want to go and pick some cows, you'd be a bow selector. Norfolk word for pig is pig. Thanks for clearing that up for us, Steve. The Dutch word for pig is varken. That's one varken horrible animal. 4th of August 2009, Australia beat England by an innings and something Headingley Test. May well have been it. Buchelbo. Like I said it, ch is in loch, mochen, and y is I, isn't it? Mochen. I said it right. Bo is a male first name, it is. It's also a male first name in the deep south of the States, isn't it? If anyone's watched the thingies. I can't fucking remember how bad my memory has gone tonight. Dukes of Hazzard, Bo, wasn't it? Bo and Luke Duke. And Daisy, of course. Cow is buch, bucolic buch. So it's not like something I'd read off the kookbuch in the nuch. The kookbuch, not buch. Buchelbal. Also a word for a home. Mad, innit? I know there's been Danish footballers called Bo. Was the Bo Hansen was one of them, if I remember rightly. Bo Diddley, Bo Derek, Buchelbal, Cowboy. Oh, I like that. That's got more to it than Cowboy, hasn't it? Cowboy, of course, in Dutch is Koeman, because he was an absolute fucking cowboy. Well, it's cowman, isn't it? But you know what I mean? Cowboy. Morning, Jackie. She's probably still there now, isn't she? But just floating away, thinking about getting a bush trimmed. Right, it is Sunday after all, isn't it?
But Kipper's Vindaloo can't be good for you.
Swedish minister's staff insist on banana-free rooms due to weirdest phobia. That's got to be up there as a weird phobia. Banana phobia can cause serious symptoms like anxiety and nausea and can be triggered by seeing or smelling the fruit. A Swedish minister's phobia of bananas has led officials to insist rooms are free of the fruit ahead of any meeting or visit, according to reports. The instructions from Gender Equality Minister Paulina Brandberg's staff were seen in leaked emails published by Expressen. The tabloid quoted one of the leaked messages sent to the Norwegian judicial agency ahead of a VIP launch as saying that she has strong allergy to bananas, so it would be appreciated that there are no bananas in the areas where she will be staying. I find them very appealing.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
I apologise on behalf of Kippers. I apologise on behalf of Horace and Jeff for having to be in the room when he was blue sky thinking that. I apologise on behalf of the stream. I apologise on behalf of myself as the host of the stream. I apologise on behalf of all Twitter and Twitch streamers. Twitch, I'm looking at you there, 6,000 over there. I apologise wholeheartedly for the shitiness of that particular joke. Anyone need hydration? We all need hydration. Ali, you want a hot chocolate? You trimmed one of the bushes out front today in advance of Snowmageddon. It's going to be what it always is, isn't it? Where we are. In northwest. It's going to snow. It will stick for all of 20 minutes and then it'll be just cold and slushy everywhere. Typical Swedes. Typical Swedes. Although the films I've watched from Sweden, they quite like the odd banana. Hot chocolate is not Fanta or tea. Isn't that a Queen song? Is this hot chocolate? Is it the Fanta tea? Ali, what did you watch in the pictures? You never told us, did you? What was it? It's fiddy fiddy if you're going to get snow there or not. You're also on the coast, so there'll be loads of sand and salt in the air. You feel like a hot chocolate. Hot chocolate for Ali, yep. Everyone's a winner there. That's the truth. You watched the new Cillian Murphy one called All These Small Things. Seems a bit similar. It looks like it's East Midlands-ish. Is that where it's going to be the snow? So it's going to hit Pennine, Peak District D, turn into snow, Foley Downey. We're not going to see any of it. So yeah, Ali, Barry Norman on film 82. Any good? Would you recommend it? Casper's going to send some snowy pics from inside the Arctic Circle, which is where he lives. Obviously, they're nowhere near the Arctic Circle. Just no one else knows, do they? No one's got a clue about geography. Casper lives in Denmark. Where's that? It's just north of the Arctic Circle. I said that to someone once, and they never actually picked me up on it. It's just north of the Arctic Circle. Oh, no, just north of the North Pole. That was it. What? See, I would have picked up on that. How the fuck can it be north of the North Pole? No one else did, though. Same as it's my birthday in 13 months. Ah. It was a good story, but the ending was shite. Don't have Errol Brown behind the bar. Yeah, thought you might. Then you believe in miracles. That was I got quite a few likes on a Twitter shout actually. One night watching Top of the Pops when Hot Chocolate were on. I changed the lyrics to it started with a kiss. Never thought I would drink your piss. And I got plenty of likes and retweets and things. And I thought it was a better version of it. And then whenever I hear that song, all I can think of is Alan Partridge. You don't remember me, do you? That stupid singing voice he puts on. Brilliant. The film about the women forced to give babies up for adoption. Are people coming from Gdansk to see the film? You have Northern Europe's biggest desert. Would that be Greenland? I know the biggest desert on Earth is Antarctica, isn't it? Because it's completely dry for most of it, even though it's got loads of snow everywhere. Oh, we are smashing the levelling up here, aren't we?
It's going up, 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 it's there.
You never know. Everyone's a winner. Oh. It was, along with other ways of life. Back of the net. That'll dink dank do. Eddie Large, but it started with a lisp. Little and large, man. The only act with 2 straight men. That was one of the things, wasn't it? And we're up for the worst winter since Mike and Bernie. All those old jokes, all those old 70s jokes. I remember them well. I never trusted Eddie Large. There was something about him. He looked like a grass. You know what I mean? You look like the fella in the office who'd be dead nice to you as a mate, sidle up to you and tell you loads of gossip about people, and then you'll find out he's been chatting shit about you. Didn't like him. Didn't like Eddie Large. Right, Alex, so the ending, you thought you should have got to know more, right? But you never did. No, Greenland gets tons of rain and snow. All right. You have a giant desert on the island of Anholt. I did not know that. Here you go. We've learned something else again. I might have to look into that. Find out where it is, so I'm not as ignorant as I was before this stream. I like that. Crack open the champagne for you to spray. That's not a champagne bottle. It's in the water midway between Denmark and Sweden. Ah, right. I know what you mean. Just turn left at Albuquerque. There's a film called Philomena about the same stuff based on real events, yeah. Judi Dench and Steve Coogan. I've seen Steve Coogan getting interviewed about that. When he asked Judi Dench, would you appear in the film? She went, yeah. Who have you got playing the other part? Well, me. If you wrote it and Judi Dench said yes, you'd have to, even if you weren't an actor, you'd say, I'm doing that one. Maudlin Sisters is another film. I've not seen that. Horrible stuff happened back then, isn't it? Some really horrible stuff happened. An all brushed under carpet. Great minds think alike. Just saw Steve Coogan in What We Do in the Shadows as Matt Berry's father's ghost. What? I am going to have to go round to watching that, aren't I? I love the film. That was very New Zealand based though, wasn't it? With Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi, was he in it? He was, wasn't he? You're thinking about that one. All the reflective Irish history pieces that tempt your mammy to the cinema. The nuns were devils. They were evil. Yeah, it's from 24-Hour Party People. Steve Coogan, yeah, he is. And also from I'm Alan Partridge. There's an old industrial school about 3 miles from home. The hellhole, 120 graves of boys aged between 5 and 16. That is absolutely insane. Fucking hell. Your mum still can't look at a wooden ruler. I'm not surprised. Yeah, Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi is in the TV show as well. Ah, right. They were in the original film. I think they wrote it as well, didn't they? And there's someone else, and I can't remember the name, but that was good, the original film, so I should just watch. I love Matt Berry. 120 graves that's known about, so there could be more. That's mad, isn't it? Crazy. Need to see the Magdalene sisters. Does that get pronounced Magdalene or Magdalene? Because if it's a college, it's Magdalene, isn't it? They must all be tough watchers. And that's for people who had nothing to do with them, who never went. Imagine being someone who actually went to somewhere like that, bringing back all those memories. I mean, it has to be documented because it's evil. In the same way that, Hitler and all them were evil, it still has to be shown. We should learn from these things. I don't think we ever will, though. You are breaking the cycle of violence, Tomash. The nun's got her with the ruler. She got you with the Dr. Scholl's. You're about peace and love and just trying to be sound. Just be sound. Just be sound. 3 words. I don't like a 3-word slogan, but just be sound. That should work. Man. Because is that not enough? I mean, coming from Merseyside, I think that would be something that we would look at and think, yeah, go ahead, I'll settle for that. Don't need anything spectacular. Don't need it to be a brain surgeon, a rocket scientist, Nobel Peace Prize winning author, nothing like that. Just be sound and you're all right. The wind that shakes the barley. That sounds very much like a euphemism, that, doesn't it? Like a 19th century euphemism. I say her eyes were rolling in the back of her head with the wind that shakes the barley. Neighbour was digging foundations for an extension a while back. He found a few skeletons around the school. Okay, now that's where it was found. The second pronunciation, Magdalene. Because when you get a college over here, is it Oxford or Cambridge? Oxford, isn't it, I think? Magdalene College. It's pronounced Magdalene. Weird. And then Balliol is pronounced Bailey because they're all weird anyway, aren't they? Matt Berry, Kevin Novak and Natasha Dimitriou. Kevin Novak's hilarious. He was brilliant in Four Lions. Felt sorry for his character in that. He was as thick as shit, like, wasn't he? He got carried away with it all. Dr. Scholl's are pretty stylish. Not when they're flying across a room and they get smacking off your head or being used to provide wax and welts to the behind the trouser area. That's going to be on the lectern for when you come to power. Just be sound. I will be Minister for Culture, obviously, with the new national anthem written by Mick Head of Shack, the Red Elastic Band, Pale Fountains theme. They do hurt when they're bouncing off you. Horace hasn't been on yet. You haven't missed him yet. Don't worry, Andy. He's coming up. He'll be there. Nothing Christian about the Christian brothers and nothing merciful about the sisters of no mercy. There's nothing Christian about Christians in general. If they genuinely believed in the word of Christ and the Bible, they'd be nice, but they're not. They're horrible fuckers. Conservative Christians, that is an oxymoron. It can't possibly be a thing. Stupid, man. Just be sound. That's what the Bible should be. Just some long-haired dude saying, right, just be sound, okay? Say nothing, but I've left some plants around for you around the globe, and it is a globe. Just go and chill out, relax, be nice to each other, just be sound. With the loaves and fishes, he wasn't looking saying, how can I maximise cash flow with this? It was, let's feed everyone. The Sermon on the Mount was the greatest work of socialism in history. And they haven't learned the lesson. A rich man has more chance of... a camel has more chance of getting through the eye of a needle than a rich man getting into heaven, all that stuff. And Christian conservatives are just trying to rip off everyone, so... Here endeth the lesson. But you know what I mean. Just be sound. Don't need to be horrible. Yeah, Caspi can't believe that 3 mum's siblings, the 4 siblings, were left-handed and were forced to write with the right. Stupid, innit? Bastards. Mandy, you can be Minister of Knitting. You can be Minister of Knitting. Some teachers really didn't want to give up the power and the violence. It's because it's the only time they had power. And it was funny being someone that was, like I say, when I was 14, I was 6'4" and too big for a male teacher to threaten, no matter how tough they thought they were. Fellas in the 50s who were like 5'10", trying to come up against a young lad who was just looking at them thinking, sit down before you get fucking hurt here. They couldn't bully us at that point. And there was about 7 or 8 of us in the class who were all huge. What you think if you're going to punch me, that he's going to sit back and let you do it? Not a chance. So it stopped at that point, but that was the only power they ever had, teachers. That and the clock's for me, not for you. Brian Clough was never my teacher, by the way. Young man, sit down. You hate religion more than you hate social media, Steve. I'm with you on that. If you need a book to tell you how to be good and how not to be evil, despite the fact that it's full of evil, then there's something wrong with you. Your parents should teach you right from wrong. It doesn't need to be written down in a manual, does it? Thou shalt not kill. No shit, Sherlock. Tell that to the ultra-conservative Christians who run countries that are bombing everywhere at the moment. Shouldn't be loud, man. Church ended up being a semi-state body over there, yeah. Everyone was so scared about them, I reckon. That's the reason why. So scared to possibly face judgment at the end of it. Bollocks to it. Stop it now. Stop people being horrible. Country was so wrecked after colonisation. Again, everywhere you go to, whenever there's something disappeared, there becomes a power vacuum. When you've got a power vacuum, either the church comes in or ISIS or people like that come in, and that's where you end up with women walking 10 yards behind you in Iran and not being able to show their face and stuff like that, or the Catholic Church having as much power as they did in Ireland. Power vacuums are never good. If you're going to leave somewhere, stay in charge so you can bring something in, at least. Some of the Christians from your area at boarding school were only good because they were Christian. What? Otherwise, if I wasn't a Christian, I'd be a complete bastard. Abortion still forbidden in Ireland. Women on waves were there to help women. Up until fairly recent, Liverpool used to be the abortion capital of Ireland, didn't it? Loads of them used to come over on the boat. Going over to see friends, then they were coming here for the we will sort you out, we'll make sure that you're not in danger. No wire coat hangers and a bottle of gin, none of that stuff. Yes, Mandy, in between your drinking binges, Mandy's still got a bottle of Tia Maria from last Christmas. You need to up your drinking binges, Mandy. Your jazz knitting as well. Where would you find the time? She would make the time. Yeah, voted it out only a few years ago, though, wasn't it, Ali? Connor, I didn't do the England match, mate. I was asleep on the sofa, knackered. My car broke down yesterday, and I was stuck in it for 4 hours in the cold. Today has not been a great day for my health-wise. For me, health-wise even. Fuck's sake. I can't speak English. This is the best cabinet you've made since the IKEA one. We're not going to fall apart as quickly. Yes, Mandy, Minister for Knitting. Helen as Minister for Baked Goods. Steve as Construction Minister. There will be affordable houses made everywhere, and they will all look fantastic. And they will smell of beautiful, fresh baked bread and pastries as you first walk into them. Ministers have flunkies to do the actual work. Hello? Yes, they do. We never get the credit, and loads of governments are trying to get rid of as much of us as possible, despite the fact that we're the ones that do all the fucking work. We need to increase the income by about 4 billion for this next quarter. Yet we're going to need about another 2,000 people on top of the people that you're trying to get rid of already. Can we outsource that? Yes, you did that last time, and look what happened. We had to reverse every decision that you made. We were on permanent overtime for 3 months, and it cost almost hundreds of millions because you're fucking stupid, and coincided with me going to Northern Ireland to try and fix some of this shit. True story. It's the only reason why I was in Belfast first time round. Fixing an almighty fuck up. Which is what happens when you privatise things that should not be privatised. We will pay you based on your results, how much money you can save us. And then we started taking money off absolutely everyone, even the people that didn't deserve to have money taken off them. We had to go in, put it all back the way it was, fix things. I did make a few quid myself though, permanent overtime on a manager's grade. Fucking hell. Bring it back, I'd love that. It was like getting promoted 2 grades. It was brilliant. It was voted back in October the 1st, 1973. Good year, 73. You had to be 18 living in Denmark, and it had to be before week 12. At least you know what the rules are at that point, though. Steve wants to be left out of it. Special advisor, you can be a spad. There you go. In 3 weeks, the tier will be 1 year old. It'll be vintage tier. Kept on as a special policy advisor. Brought in to look at what you think of this. It's on the piss, that. It's on the piss. It's Piggly Ding next. Who's next? Pink hand in the air and wave like you just don't care. Barnsey, if you want to be a mod, get over to Connor's stream, and then we are the mods, we are the mods, we are the mods. Certain restrictions as normal, yeah. Very liberal on that matter over there. Waiting room full with women from abroad because they can go and get health. Ali, out. There you go. Your hand was up. A bottle of tea like Trigger's brush. What's the other name for that Trigger's brush? There's another name for it as well, isn't there? Oh, I need to find out what that was. It was on Lovejoy. I need to find what this is, otherwise it's going to piss me off. I'll remember it at some point. Now it'll come to me. It'll come to me. It will come. Must be last orders. We'll see. Theseus ship. Connie, you can go next if there is a next. Trigger from Only Fools, yeah. Trigger's had the same broom for like 20 years. It's only had 10 new handles and 8 new heads. How can it be the same broom? Lovejoy did one as well. There's an actual antique name for one of them as well. I can't think what it was. I hate when I can't do that. If you're still here, Connor, don't worry, mate. I'll throw you on there if you're still around. Worry thee nay. Theseus' ship is the Trigger's broom. There's also another one. It's someone's... Not sword, is it? Or it'll come to me. So many new handles, same kind of thing. I can't think what it was, but it'll come to me. Bucket of tea for the road. Buckets of tea. Where's my other stuff? Bucket of tea for the road. More wine for Louise, more wine. You want to flirt with that, love? That's an actual picture of Louise, that, by the way. Only filled it up 300 times. That feels like me. I do drink an inordinate amount of tea during the day. Which is why when I was in the car, even though I didn't take tea with me, I'd already had 900 gallons of it during the day. So I was after needing a piss. Getting rid of the dookie, it's pissing me off that now, because it's not working. Bang, get a voda. Nah. Not having it. Terrible. It is Sunday after all though, isn't it? Mandy. Get your eyes on the screen. Time for Horace's haikus. Though the days are short, there is beauty to admire in each single day. I think that's much better. That's a proper haiku, that, isn't it? That's almost Japanese-ish. Japanesey. Japanese-esque. I don't know. Water for Barnsley. Proper water, not the water emoji. We don't want any of that. Tom. What can Ali get you and have your eyes healed? Are you back to 100%? Hoo-yah. I like the hoo-yah. I'll have to dig out my ninja mask as well for hat scarf Wednesday. Remember, sending your hats and scarves, these pics. That's going to go up on Wednesday. We could make this a thing, couldn't we? Constant thing. It was lovely. It was lovely by Horace. Lots of water there, Donald. Or are you that excited? Very naughty. Oh shit, it is 11 o'clock, isn't it? I forgot about that. A bird of few words, but when he does, he's got some skills, has to be said. He's got the S-kills to pay the B-ills, as our Horace. Ali, you're rocking a mean scar over your eye, bruising gone, still a bit of a graze on the eyelid. Hopefully it'll still be there for the next match, and then you can start having a go at the away fans. I was fucking right in the middle of this, you know what I mean? Stained! These colours don't run. Lots of dodgy water tonight, there is. It's filth. Utter filth. There's lots of that going on. Yeah, sorry, Steve, I didn't realise it was, when you said it was late, I didn't realise it was late. I saw the 10 and thought that must be coming up to 10 o'clock. No, it wasn't. It was coming up to 11 o'clock because I don't shut up ever. Because I'm a big feckin' idiot. Filthy animal, filthy. We use that a lot as well in this house. Filthy. What happened to Tom Ash? Have you ever seen The Bodyguard? Can you imagine? No! As horizontally across the screen, Thomas flew. While Whitney Houston started belting out at the top of her voice. And I will always save thee. Saved the goddaughter, wasn't it? From falling onto where he fell onto. Gravelly, shingly, gravelly, pathy. Stuff that isn't healthy for your face. You did well, though. Morning, Jackie. Steve, your eyes are getting heavy like the rest of you. Oh, man. It's my Radio 2 voice, 3 o'clock in the morning. Up next, the shipping forecast. That's the shipping forecast. We got as far as Dogger Bank and everyone stopped and got out. Ali, oh, good morning, good evening, good night, good evening, morning, Jackie. I wonder which part you got up to. She asked me this the other week. What part of the stream did I fall asleep at? I haven't got a fucking clue. What were you talking about when I fell asleep? Well, for a start, I didn't know when you fell asleep. I've got no idea what we talked about. I can wake up tomorrow morning and not have an idea of what we spoke about anyway. Apart from print the Italy flag. My brain doesn't work that way. But yes. Oh, lots of Gaelic in the chat now. Mandy, do not be throwing Welsh in there either. Still upset about the lack of traction for our shipping forecast. Yeah, Dyche, won't, Stone, 3 points, unlikely. That should have took off, that. This is the cultureless scum we're dealing with on Twitter. You're better off on Blue Sky. Ah well, looks like we're getting towards the end of it then, so what we'll do is I need to find stuff, don't I? And to empty the chat windowy thing. We've cleaned the screen. You know what that means, don't you? There can only be one thing. Get Nosdar pub. Nosdar. I know Nosdar. Good night. Yeah. Good night to everyone. And to all a good night. It's time to get your dancing shoes on now. We need to have one last little boogie, don't we? Come on then, let's go.
Another great night here at the Palace Pause. Folks, go give yourself a round of applause. We've had a good chat and told the odd joke. Now get in our hot tub for a post-stream soak.
And some late breaking news. Apparently that's that.
Hoo-yah!